Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case.
Dati mihi Anglican Police Service Latino.
Scratch all that. Oh, that was terrible. I apologize.
All right. Sorry. I was a little late. I was reading a court document, and when I started reading, I had 5 minutes before I was supposed to be live, and then I looked up and I was 4 minutes late. So I fell into the court document. It happens, you guys. I do apologize. Welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is a good day for you to join me. It's a wonderful day for you to join me because. Well, first of all, we have to take care of a couple things. This one being the most highest priority.
I'm not a camel.
Okay, I poured water all over my hand, a little bit on my laptop, and all over the mouse pad. But other than that, I'm good. Let me see if I can get the cup out of here before I cause a large catastrophe. That is really, really good. Which is important. It's important that it's good today. It's very important that it's good today because
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Hump day! Welcome to Wednesday. We are halfway through the week. Congratulations, we survived the first part. We just have one more part left, and then it's a weekend. And we're right in the middle right now. So thank you all for surviving this first part. Congratulations, all around. We are here. All right. Everything is good. Mayla's mom is here as well, which is important because Mayla's mom, you were first in chat. The first person in chat every time we go live has the privilege or the penalty of taking over internet ownership worldwide for the rest of the day, and at least until we go live again. And Mayla's mom, that is you today. You've done it before. I believe you're a repeat offender, not quite a habitual offender, but this is not your first time. So you know the punishment, you know the drill. Thank you very much. Let's see. So please just take care of everything. If you want to rename the internet, you can. Just tell us what you're calling it so we know where to look for it and how to reach it and everything. All right, we are here. Who's on the agenda today? What's on the agenda today? I was actually reading there's a Judge Warner thing that I don't like. He's tightened down his rules really tight, and we did not get approval from him. So we're struggling with that one. Anyway, let's see what's on the agenda today. We're going to do some court hopping. We want to possibly see some rapid fire jury trials, which we've never seen before on the channel. We've never watched a rapid fire jury trial. But Judge Boyd has like 9 of them scheduled for today. And we just finished a court case with Judge Boyd last night. It went a little bit long. And now she's going to do the complete opposite of having the very slow jury trials. We're going to have like 9 on the same day. So I don't know how many of those we're going to watch for, but we're keeping an eye out for that. That's going to be one of the things. Let's see. Brandy says she's feeling sick. I'm sorry. Thanks for the decibel warning. It was just in time, I think, Greeners. Earbud, bad idea, says Carrie. I really should put a limiter on my microphone when I do the hump day yell, just so I don't get sued for hearing loss from all of y'all. Okay. Yes, if you do win the interweb, you're eligible to download your own certificate for the low cost of 50 cents, which is how much it costs me to send you the gift certificate. So there's no profit being made there. And it's well worth it. I mean, that's money well spent. This is something that you could add to your resume if you're applying for any sort of job. You guys hear that buzz again? I fixed it. That dang power supply. Anyway, so it's awesome if you get that. It's pre-signed. You just have to fill in your own name. It's like your high school diploma, only you write your own name in. Does winning on the podcast count? In a stretch, I'd probably say yes. Yes, we don't often give it away on the podcast, but it's implied. The ownership is given away there, so you should be good. Becca says, cover the Akron, Ohio two brothers case. You know how bad I am with memory. Okay. Ooh, a water and a pellet gun, and then they... We'll have to look and see what video is available on that. We'd have to go back as well, because it's on like day 3 or day 4 right now. My kids are running through the house yelling at each other. That's all. It's all good. All good. All right. We are on Wednesday again. Looking forward to a juicy trailer and on the horizon. Yes, Lego My Briefs. We've got one that we're working on right now out of Washington, but it's 10 days away, and that's the juiciest one we've got. What was Joseph Harris' sentence? He was sentenced to 68 years. 68 years, no fine, but 68 years. I've never seen somebody get that big of a sentence and not have a fine. But apparently when the judge explains that the money doesn't go to the victims, it just goes to the court's coffers, to like the purse fund. I don't know where it goes, but yeah. Boyd is going to have a new vase and flowers sent today, sent from Jay. I heard Jay's going to have her on the show, or has already. Got the interview with her, which is awesome. WKYC out local covers it. The problem is covering using their feed is the problem. We have to be very careful with how we source feeds. Okay, Gina says, listening / watching from work. Boss not in when the mice are away. You know what they say. LOL. I hope you have a great day at work, Gina. Let's see, west coast of Cumbria for me. Yes, 68 years, Emily. It was a surprise. It was more than the state asked for, which was remarkable. I was doing a little court hopping before you guys before I invited you to join me. Magistrate Donald Chisholm from Royal Oaks had a couple court cases, and he has actually somebody filling in for him. So that was interesting, but she was very efficient, and now she's all done. So we can't go there. Judge Boyd is not live yet because she's in Texas, and they're a little bit delayed. So we might have to do just a little bit of court hopping before Judge Boyd begins. Let me see if I can... Whoa, hiccups. Let's see. DeSanto. We haven't followed DeSanto for a little while. Let's see if we can get... Can we hear her? I can hear her. Somebody's calling on the phone. Let's see who this is. 1 second.
Call from
Amy.
To accept, press 1.
Hey, Amy, this is Recovery Addict. How are you doing?
Hi, fine, thanks. I don't know if am I online.
You're live.
I've been trying to get people to cover this heartbreaking case out of Wisconsin. Look up Michael Ormond. They did a article on it a couple days ago out of One Crime. I don't know if I'm supposed to say.
Oh, you're fine.
Other
we don't have any
people.
We don't have any problem with mentioning all the other players.
Do, but this is a case where a baby boy was brought home. He had spent 47 days in the NICU. He was born, I guess, premature, and the father's a firefighter, and he abused him. And there's an article on One Crime, but I don't. There's no trial yet, but supposedly there's a hearing today, and I'm a nurse, and I'm just really heartbroken by this whole case. I don't understand how the mother didn't notice what was going on. He even admits to having done this to his two older daughters, who are alive. But this baby was brought to a hospital with terrible injuries and had to be flighted out to the Milwaukee Specialized Children's Hospital with subdural hematoma and other injuries. But the father said that he had a runner's high from abusing the baby boy, and I'm just heartbroken. And I know people don't like to cover these cases of child abuse, but I think that this person needs exposure. That these people can't get away with doing this to our little babies.
Yeah. Yes,
but it's Michael Ormond. I don't know if you. I know you're busy with other things, but
I'm familiar with the
case.
I'm familiar with the case. The Oshkosh Fire Department.
Right.
That we've seen that a little bit. The problem is the difficulty of following a case like this, of emotionally how challenging it is for our audience.
Oh, I know, but I did peds, so I've seen these things, and I think that we need more awareness, and I think by not covering it, we don't get enough awareness. I don't know. Yeah. All right, no one's wanting to, but I just wanted to just say hi, and that I didn't know if you were aware of it. Okay.
With it being in Wisconsin, Wisconsin's fairly open. I believe it probably will be covered, televised. Okay. I don't know if Law and Crime's gonna air it, right. But it probably will be aired. Honestly, it's very challenging. It's so difficult.
Oh, I know. It's heartbreaking. It's very. I don't. Not to be like, I'm not doxing anybody, but I was able to somehow find his Facebook page, which is still up. And I'm looking at pictures. I'm looking at the door. I'm looking for bruises on the base. I'm just looking. I just got very obsessed with this case, and because I worked in peds.
The injuries are terrible. I mean, just the description just goes on and on.
I know, but it's unbelievable. I just can't fathom people doing this to children.
It breaks my heart, Amy. It does. I'll have to tell you, I probably can't cover it.
I understand. I just am trying to
see
who's interested, because I just think people need to be these kids home today, right now. I'm sure there's at this moment, this second, there's children being abused and being tortured right now, and it makes me very upset. So,
Amy, thanks for sharing that. First of all,
good day now.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We'll watch that, but we won't be wating that together on the channel.
All the best, but just update on it. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye. I appreciate that, Amy. Thank you. There are way too many of these cases. One is too many, but there are way too many of these cases. But that's just heartbreaking stuff. We'll probably, as far as updates go, when the sentencing comes down, we'll probably talk about the sentence. That's about it. Let's see. Yes, we're just here out court hopping. That's what we do. I was trying to bring you to a couple courtrooms, my favorite ones. Let's see who's up and running today. And that the Wednesday Hump Day yell sort of still stuck in my throat. We've got Judge Simpson. He's a criminal docket. That's good. It's not the. Let's see. Judge Simpson might be good. Let's see what we got here. See if we can find this.
Third degree. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that, sir?
Okay, look at this guy next to Judge Simpson. Is he
you understand that the fine could be increased at 3 times the value of the property taken. If that's greater than $500, that would become the maximum fine.
Yes.
Understanding all of that, you still wish to plead guilty or plead no contest?
Yes.
All right. Do you understand what a no contest plea is?
Yes.
All right. 2 things about it I have to make sure that you understand. The first thing is it means that you're not further desirous or wanting to contest this charge. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Second thing you need to understand is that for purposes of sentencing, the court will treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that?
Yes.
Counsel, the basis for the no contest plea?
Yes, Your Honor. He does not recall the events of that day.
Okay, so lack of memory?
Correct.
Mr. Anderson, to the charge of retail fraud third degree, how do you plead?
No contest.
Now, you understand that by pleading no contest, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that, sir?
I think Joel McMullen has the.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
I just completed probation successfully in June.
All right. So in 2019, October 2019, you weren't on probation then. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead no contest?
No, sir.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, sir.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes.
All right. Court has been provided and has reviewed Pittsfield Township Department of Public Safety report for their case number 1916081. Any objection to the court having reviewed that report?
No, Your Honor.
None, Your Honor.
Based upon a review of that report, the court does find that there's a sufficient factual basis in which the court could determine the defendant's guilt of this offense. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Defendant is referred to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report. Sentencing in this matter will be October 11, 2023, 9 a.m. via Zoom. All right, Mr. Anderson. Pardon?
Your Honor, if I may, I'm actually going to be out of state that day. Can we find a different date, please?
November 8th.
November 8th, 2023, 9 a.m. All right, Mr. Anderson, we have probation intake. All right. We're going to put you into a breakout room with probation intake so they can give you preliminary information so we can start the sentencing process. Okay, sir?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, court calls the case. Other people versus, is it Cameron Astani?
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. William Amadeo, P76194. We have Mr. Asani. We both appear via Zoom and waive a right to be present in person. Cam, please state your name so Judge Simpson and Prosecutor Kirby know you're present.
Good morning. My name is Cameron Astani.
All right. Can I see counsel in the breakout room, please?
Okay, judge is talking to somebody. Mr. William, attorney, should be popping out here. Stephen Burke is sort of blowing his background cover. It's not selling it very well as people, the ghosts appear next to him. It sort of looked like he was there on a ledge. I'm pretty sure that's Joel. Joel McMullen, I think, has the pet. That's a little bit yappy. That's a shot we didn't need to see this morning. And Joel has killed the feed. Joel was bringing us our ceiling fan, which was the only ceiling fan of the morning. We'll see if we get another one. Oh, that's back. Joel's back. We're good. Beth says, okay, I think it's funny when you're not even on someone's live stream and you get gifted a membership for their channel. That's cool. It's like a freebie. I wonder why the judge is talking to him on this case with Cameron Astani. The judge called the sidebar. Not sure what we're looking at here. Kashan taking us on a brief tour of his home. The blur my background thing is making it a little less effective than he probably anticipated. But.
We're back on. Okay. All right. In the Astani matter, what are we doing?
Your Honor, Caitlin, please say if I misspeak. I believe we're pleading to impaired second. My client was accepted into the Royal Oak Sobriety Court, so I asked that he be sentenced into that court after taking the plea today.
And that's correct, Your Honor. He would obviously be sentenced in this court, and then it would transfer over to that sobriety court.
Correct.
That's accurate, Your Honor.
And impaired second, the 1 year?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that
State your name for the record, please.
Cameron Astani.
All right, sir, it is this court's understanding that you're going to plead guilty to the charge of operating while impaired second offense. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, I think up to $1,000 fine plus court cost. The court could order any rehabilitative services it deems necessary, and the court could order community service. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You understand also that the court could order your vehicle immobilized, could order your vehicle forfeited, could order you to pay the cost of the prosecution as well as the cost of any emergency governmental service.
Yes, Your Honor.
Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
I am just breathalyzing 3 times a day.
Okay, but you're not under the jurisdiction of any other court, are you?
No, just in communication with probation officer at Royal Oak.
And Judge,
but you're
he's not on probation
there yet.
No, my apologies. I was just saying I was just in communication with her.
Okay. Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead guilty to this charge?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threatened you or coerced you?
No, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes, Your Honor.
And also because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
October 8, 2022, at the location of Lower Road near Lower Circle, Pittsfield Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior to operating that motor vehicle, had you consumed intoxicating liquor?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you have and how much?
I had beer. I think if I recall correctly, it was around 2 or 3 beers. And then I had 2 or 3 high noon alcoholic seltzer beverages.
All right. Were you stopped by the police or was there an accident?
There was an accident, Your Honor.
Okay. What happened?
I was proceeding down Lower Road towards Ann Arbor Saline Road. And there was a sharp turn. I was going at a speed where I went over the curb and was on the side of the road. And there was an accident into a wooden power line. And shortly after that, police arrived and I answered.
Okay. Police arrived. Were you arrested?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you taken to the police station?
Yes, Your Honor.
Or the hospital? Were you given a data master, a breath test, or a blood test, sir?
A blood draw.
All right. What were the results?
I think they were 0.139 was the blood draw.
Your Honor, if I may jump in, they were .139. Defense will stipulate to such.
All right. Taking everything into consideration on that date and at that time, do you believe that your ability to operate that motor vehicle was visibly impaired due to your consumption of alcohol?
Yes, Your Honor.
Had you previously been convicted of operating while intoxicated on or about November 20th, 2017 in the 15th District Court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Defendant is referred to Von Swartz for an alcohol screening and assessment and the victim's impact panel. Sentencing in this matter.
I'm not sure what Kashan is showing
will
us.
Be October 11th, 2023, 9 a.m.
I'm pretty sure we just went to the bathroom with him.
Wait,
and he didn't wash his hands.
There, we'll put you into a breakout room with probation and get the process started for you. Okay?
Yep. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You do the same. Court calls the case of People versus CL Trading LLC.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
Neil Rockine, P number 48618 on behalf of CL Trading. I believe
driving?
its owner, Andrew Goldstein, should be on the call, Your Honor, on the Zoom call. Mr. Goldstein, are you there?
Take off his seatbelt.
Okay, what are we doing?
Judge, I'm happy to explain. There's Mr. Goldstein and the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office have reached a resolution. CL Trading is going to enter a corporate plea to 2 misdemeanor counts. I have a factual basis that I'm prepared to provide to the court. There also was an extensive, there was a resolution involving a substantial amount of property that was obtained. I'm happy to go through and explain all of it, or if the prosecutor wants to, but this is essentially a global resolution of seized property and of a corporate plea involving CL Trading.
Ms. Kirby?
That's my understanding. This was worked out with Patricia Reiser. She did send me the resolution via form, and I have everything broken down into what is going to be received back and what Michigan State Police will be retaining. If Mr. Rockine wants me to put all of that on the record, I can, or I can just state on the record that the breakdown will be as follows, that they agreed upon via email. Everything was typed out, and I do believe that Ms. Reiser and Mr. Rockine both stipulated to the fact that that writing was correct.
I'm satisfied. It's a very long list. It took us several years to come to this resolution. I'm satisfied with an agreement that what we exchanged in email form, both my client and I have reviewed, and we agree with it, and it's accurate, and that would be the breakdown of the property to be returned along with the plea agreement.
All right. So what misdemeanors is the corporation pleading to?
So he's pleading, the corporation is pleading to 205.274, which is a general violation in taxes. It's a 1-year misdemeanor and or $1,000 fine. And
give me that again.
205.274.
Okay.
General violation of taxes. That's a 1-year misdemeanor and or $1,000 fine.
All right.
And then the second one is 206.455, which is a failure to keep income tax records, which is also a year misdemeanor and or $1,000 fine.
Okay. So basically pleading as the complaint reads to counts 1 and 2.
Correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I
got it.
Does the court want me to send? I have a factual basis too. If the court wants me to send it to you, we typed one out. I did review it with Ms. Reiser and Mr. Goldstein. I can also read it into the record if the court wants.
How long is it?
It's 12 lines.
Okay. And who has authority to enter the plea for the corporation? Are you granted that, counsel?
I'm happy to, but Mr. Goldstein is here. Mr. Goldstein is I think he was the shareholder of CL Trading. So he can do it, or if the court prefers that I do it, I can do it.
It doesn't matter to me. Whoever has authority to do it. Mr. Goldstein, can you raise your right hand, please, sir? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony that you're giving this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. And state your name, please, sir.
Andrew William Goldstein.
And you do have authority on behalf of CL Trading LLC to enter a plea to these misdemeanors?
Yes, I do.
Has your counsel advised you of all the rights that the corporation has, including their right to trial and what rights they'd be giving up?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Have any other promises been made other than those stated on the record to get you to get the corporation to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Sir, on behalf of the corporation to the charge of general income or general violations regarding taxes, how does the corporation plead?
Guilty.
To the charge of failure to keep records and or refusing inspection regarding income tax, how does the corporation plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Counsel, go ahead with your factual basis.
Judge, on or about October 10, 2017, CL Trading was formed as a Michigan limited liability company. As the court knows, the corporation has an obligation to make tax payment and tax payment obligations. CL Trading admits that it failed to make a timely payment as required by Michigan law in violation of MCL 205.27, open parens 4, closed parens. As it was involved in the burgeoning cannabis trade, tax guidance was limited. CL Trading admits that it failed to keep records, books, and or accounts as required by law in order to make a timely tax payment under MCL 206.455, and thus is guilty of a violation of MCL 206.455.
And Mr. Goldstein, is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Counsel, has the court complied with the court rule? Would it be proper for the court to accept CL Trading's pleas to these charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes to both counts, Your Honor.
All right. The court will accept the pleas of guilty to counts 1 and 2. What I'm going to do is,
Joel's getting some housework done.
Okay, so I'll refer
sweeping.
Defendant to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report. Sentencing in this matter will be October 11th, 2023, 9 a.m. All right, Mr. Goldstein, I don't know if you want to go, counsel. I was going to put him in with probation intake to try to get the process started for us.
I think Mr. Goldstein can handle it. So I appreciate that, Judge.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay. Mr. Goldstein, we're going to put you in with probation intake. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Court calls the case of the people versus Sapphire Harbor.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexander Hermanowski with and on behalf of Sapphire Harbor. Sapphire, please state your name for the record.
Sapphire Harbor.
Your Honor, this is a time and date set for pre-trial. I've reviewed everything with Ms. Harburg. At this time, she's going to be pleading as guilty. It's my understanding that Your Honor does not do Cobb's agreements or sentencing agreements in advance. However, she understands that and would still be requesting a time-served sentence if possible. And if it is not granted, she understands that as well.
So she's pleading as charged?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Harburg, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
State your name for the record.
Sapphire Harbor.
It is this court's understanding you're going to plead guilty to the charge of attempted resisting and obstructing a police officer. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year, 1 year and a $1,000 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Randy, have fun at Crime Con.
Guilty.
Sounds awesome.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have
Come
a
back-
trial of any kind.
Come back with a lot
Yes,
of
Your Honor.
interviews lined up.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
Yes, I am on probation, but this is not a violation of my probation.
Okay.
Where
You've
where is
already
it?
talked that over with
Yeah.
your probation firm? Okay. I would just indicate to you that if it were considered a violation of your probation, the court could sentence you, that court could sentence you to the maximum allowable under that other charge. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And still wish to plead guilty knowing that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything?
Hang on.
No, Your
other
Honor.
than
What
to get you to plead
what
guilty?
sort of probation allows you to resist arrest and not be in
You're
violation?
doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
What a generous
Yes,
probation.
Your Honor.
And
ruling.
because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes.
March 24th, 2023, at the
That's
location
my
of
birthday.
2376 Carpenter Road, Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan. Did you come into contact with police officers?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
And what happened?
They asked my name. I didn't want to give it to them. I knew I had warrants. Once they gave them my name, they attempted to arrest me, and I pulled my arms away.
And you knew there were police officers that were questioning you, and you understood what they were asking you to comply with.
Yes.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty. Defendant is referred to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report. Sentencing will be October 11th, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
Thank you.
Mr. Harburg, we're going to put you into a breakout room with probation, okay? So hang on there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
Court calls the case, People versus Wayne Jones.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
Happy birthday, Microwave.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nicholas Camargo appearing on behalf of Wayne Jones, who is present. Mr. Jones, can you unmute yourself and state your name for the record?
Wayne Jones.
All right, this is an
I thought
arraignment.
he was a
and
lawyer as
pretrial.
well.
Counsel, as to the arraignment, you waive formal reading, stand mute. Your client's
Yes, sir.
mute.
Yes, Your Honor.
Defendant name and waive formal reading, standing mute. Court will enter not guilty plea. All right, what are we doing on this case?
Thank you, Your Honor.
We have come to a resolution in this matter where count one will be dismissed upon a successful admission of responsibility to failure to yield, which is 257.652.
652.
Yes.
That's my understanding as well, Your Honor. I've already discussed with my client his rights on the misdemeanor charge, including right to trial, right to an attorney. He understands he's waiving all those and would accept the offer made by the people.
He's going to still read them anyway.
And sir, do you admit responsibility to the fact that on July 31st, 2023, at location of I-94 near Platte Road, in operation of a motor vehicle, that you failed to yield?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, court will accept that admission of responsible. What do I have?
I want to know what charge was dropped. Okay.
Trying to just locate my fines and costs.
Kashawn, I'm pretty sure Kashawn is driving. Is that looks like the roof of a car right there, the center console. I think he's driving. Joel has taken us on a tour of his house and shown he has lots of ceiling fans. We've also seen a couple inappropriate shots, and we're pretty sure he has a very loud either cat or puppy.
Yes, it's state.
There's the ceiling fan tour again. So got one over there. He's got one over here. Steven is at the beach and just rubbing it in. Although it looks like it could use a little more sun. That is a Zoom background behind Stephen, but it looks like he's sitting on the cliff in the Andes or something. I don't know what's that location. Does anyone recognize that?
Maybe 7652.
Maybe it's the Pacific Northwest. Maybe nothing like that on the East Coast, unless you're going way up north, I think.
Okay, let me just pass it briefly. I just got to get the standard fines. We can't locate it here. We're just going to call up front. I'll call you right back up as soon as we have the number. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Court calls the case of the people versus Peyton Markovic.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May I please the court?
This is funny.
I'm Ryan on behalf of Peyton Markovic, present today on Zoom.
All right. And what are we doing on this?
Your Honor, it's my understanding we've reached a resolution that the prosecutor is going to amend the citation to count to blockading or impeding traffic, Your Honor. My client will admit responsibility of that charge.
That's definitely an impeding traffic.
All right. That's 180.
Yes, sir.
All right. And sir, do you admit
What was the original
responsibility
charge?
to the fact that
it's
on the
ma'am.
date and time in question and at the location in question that you did impede traffic?
Yes, Your Honor.
Or ma'am, I'm sorry. All right. Court will accept that admission. Fines and cost of $180. When can that be paid?
May we have a week, Your Honor?
Absolutely. Today's 20th. Get it paid by the 29th.
Big Sur,
right.
California is the
Thank you, Your
background.
Honor. Have a good
for
day.
Stephen
Thank you very
Burke.
much.
You do the same, and I can now recall the other case because the original charge on that was failure to yield. Yep. On Wayne Jones, fines and cost of $130. When can you get that paid?
Thank you, Your Honor. If the court
Thank
takes
you, Your Honor.
if the court takes payment via phone or online, we can probably get it paid today. Correct, Mr. Jones?
Correct.
All right. You should be able to get it paid today. You may have to wait toward the end of the day. If you on the screen, you'll see a QR code. If you know how to use those, you can use the QR code and it'll take you right to the site.
All right. Thanks, Judge.
Judge has easy
Alrighty,
pay options.
thank you, folks.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls the case. People versus Fonda Martin.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Stephen Adams appearing with and on behalf of Ms. Martin. Ms. Martin, could you tell the judge your name, please? He can only hear you if you unmute.
She was unmuted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess maybe
She has an issue with her microphone. Ms. Martin, can you hear me? Okay, she can hear me. What were we going to do on this?
Well,
Your Honor, there's a prosecutor's deferred offer in this matter.
we're going to accept that, Your Honor.
Okay. So she was going to plead with the prosecutor's deferred?
That's correct. That's right.
Can't talk to her.
Right, understood. Ms. Martin, could you try one more time there? Okay, well, thanks for trying. All right. So
I can either pass it or I can adjourn it.
Why don't you pass it and we'll give her a call and see if we can figure out what the problem is.
All right.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. And thank you, Ms. Kirby.
Very kind attorney there.
Court calls the case. People versus Data. Is it Inkulaja?
Nikolai.
Nikolai?
On behalf of the people.
Stephen Adams for the defendant. Your Honor, I believe he is present on Zoom. Could you say your name, sir?
Data Nikolai.
All right. What are we doing? As to the arraignment on this?
Waive the reading of the complaint, stand mute to the charge, ask the court for a personal bond.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute. Court will enter not guilty plea. Were you looking to adjourn the pretrial?
Yes,
or do you
Your
have a
Honor.
resolution?
Yes, Your Honor, I am looking to adjourn the pretrial. Thank you.
All right. Pretrial in this matter will be adjourned to October 4th, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond will be set as a personal recognizance $5,000 bond. Standard conditions including no assaultive behavior or weapons,
Kashawn's
no
definitely
alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drugs. I would also indicate at this time that the defendant is not to enter any Sam's Club in the state of Michigan.
Your Honor, he is in Florida, and we would ask that he be allowed to leave the state of Michigan because that he lives in Florida.
Without objection, defendant may reside in Florida.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have nothing further.
All right.
That's what happens when you take too many samples at Sam's Club.
See you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Kashawn better hope that he's not called right here.
Case, People versus Devon, Julia Martinez.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
And Edward Drukas on behalf of Devon Martinez. Ms. Martinez, if you were on, your name's not listed, could you state your name?
She's not here.
Bench warrant.
I did speak with her this morning, Your Honor. Provided her the Zoom ID.
Bench warrant.
I also have her at 11 o'clock in front of Judge Barr, and she has that Zoom ID.
He's asking for some time.
No, why
Call
she's
your
not.
client. Call your client.
Okay. Why don't I do this? I'll give her a shot because October 4th, 2023, 9 a.m. And we'll deal with it. I just gave her a bond so she can get out.
I would ask to not give her a shot because we allowed her bond to change after she was supposed to plead on a felony case. So we actually kept her in until that, right before that sentencing date. She failed to appear for the plea in Judge Slay's courtroom. There was supposed to be a global resolution, including this case, where she was going to take a plea in the felony matter, and this case was going to be dismissed per Mr. Ganatra. She failed to appear, and now she is not here at this case either. So I would ask for a bench warrant, given her history and the situation that happened with her felony matter.
And Your Honor, I did speak with Mr. Overwater, who represents her up in front of Judge Slay, and they are working on that resolution to get that into court. She does have a number that she can be reached. They are working on recalling that warrant up in front of Judge Slay.
Mr. Drukas, did you talk to her this morning?
Yes, Your Honor, and I spoke with her yesterday as well.
I'm going to adjourn it out. I will note that the defendant failed to appear. I also realize she has challenges, and I understand the history of her failing to appear, but I'm going to do that. And if she doesn't appear, then when she's appears before me in custody, I don't want to hear anything from her.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
She is so lucky.
Court calls the case, People versus Robert McCann.
Robert, where you at?
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
Robert.
And good morning, Your Honor. Wade McCann appearing on behalf of Robert McCann.
All right.
Where's Robert?
And are you appearing on his behalf?
I am, Your Honor. I'm waiving his appearance, and I do have authority to enter a resolution on his behalf. Is it possible for me to talk with the prosecutor in a breakout room for a moment?
No, because not going to happen here because I got to get all these cases done and I need them in the courtroom.
Understood.
I can adjourn it out if that's what you'd like, so you can give her a call.
Well, actually, I just wanted to find out if she's offering a resolution at this point.
No.
Yeah, you can call me and we can talk about a resolution.
We actually already spoke about it. I believe you were going to offer impeding traffic. Is that still the case?
So now,
just double check.
Look at the judge's face.
Yes, that is correct. We did speak about that on August 31st.
Thank you. And Your Honor, my client would like to take advantage of that offer.
And you have authority to admit responsibility on his behalf. Is that correct?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Court will accept that admission to impeding traffic. Fines and cost of $180. When can that be paid?
Can I get 2 weeks to pay, Your Honor?
Can you get it done by September 29th?
Sure.
September 29th, 2023. All right.
Thanks very much, Your Honor.
Court calls the case of the People versus Claire Oliver.
Where's Claire?
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
There's Claire. Claire's interrupting her classic school.
Claire Oliver.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor. Cameron Bell on behalf of Ms. Claire Oliver, who appears via Zoom. No objections to proceeding via Zoom. Ms. Oliver, can you please state your name for the record, please?
Claire Oliver.
Okay.
Your Honor.
As to the arraignment, you waive formal reading?
I do, Your Honor.
And your client stands mute?
Yes, Your Honor. And I would ask that the court enter a PR bond on this matter.
Defendant, every waive formal reading, standing mute. Court will enter a not guilty plea. And you'd like an adjournment of the pretrial, is that correct, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. I would just like to speak with the prosecutor further prior to a resolution.
Pretrial in this matter will be adjourned October 4th, 2023, 9 a.m. As to the defendant's bond will be set in the amount of a personal recognizance $5,000 bond.
Where did Deshaun go?
There was a single vehicle crash in this matter, and it was a 0.18.
0.18?
0.18.
Correct.
Too high.
Thank you.
More than double. More than double the legal limit.
I'll set the defendant's bond actually at an amount of $15,000 personal recognizance. I'll order standard conditions, including no assaultive behavior and or possession of weapons. There's also to be no use of any alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You understand that, young lady?
Yes, Your Honor.
I will also indicate that the defendant is to report to community corrections for placement on a sober link unit pending resolution in the case.
Your Honor, I would ask if possible, she's in school in college at Eastern. I would ask if the court would consider perhaps allowing her to test rather than having the SoberLink device on her leg.
Nope.
The SoberLink doesn't go on your leg.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I misheard the court. That's fine, Your Honor. My apologies.
All right. Thank you. All right. So if she has to report to community corrections, I will be signing that order. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, who's up?
Court does call the case of People versus
Joel.
Is it Abdella Mohsen Osman?
Kirby on behalf of the people.
David I. Goldstein appearing on behalf of the defendant. Mr. Osman, would you state your name, please?
Abdul Mohsen Osman.
Abdul Mohsen.
All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, my client has a charge in this court. He also has a charge in 14B in front of Judge Washington, a similar charge. I had spoken to both prosecutors and I would say a precondition of any resolution of this matter is that Mr. Osman be in treatment. He did go to Dawn Farms. He has done the intake, and he's simply waiting for them to contact him with an opening to actually begin the treatment.
Polly Principants, congratulations on the yellow courthouse. Thank you so much.
You're looking for an adjournment to try to...
If Ms. Kirby has no objection, yes, Your Honor.
I have no objection, Your Honor, and that is what I'm looking for him to actually be enrolled in some treatment before there's any reduction in his matter.
Mr. Goldstein, did they give any estimate as to time or no?
They said 4 to 6 weeks, and he went there about 3 weeks ago, so hopefully very soon, Your Honor.
All right. What's my next date?
It's October 18th.
I'll adjourn this to October 18th, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond will continue with its conditions. Thank you.
Thank you, Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case People versus Stephen Burke.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, I'm here on behalf of the guardian for Mr. Stephen Brian Burke.
Okay.
And Mr. Burke is also here.
He looks like he's in California.
All right.
Big Sur, right?
And we had contacted the prosecutor's office and spoke with them about this case. When we spoke with the representative from the prosecutor's office, it was our understanding that they would consider dismissing the case upon proof of Mr. Burke's move. We did provide that, but we've been unable to speak with the prosecutor since.
Clearly, there's
proof. And Your Honor, given the fact that this is a victim's rights case, the victim has to be consulted, and that has not happened yet. It's my understanding that he is under guardianship, and this happened in a home. But the victim still has to be consulted regardless of the situation. So that we would need an adjournment to do that.
All right. Let's do this. I'm going to adjourn the arraignment and the pretrial in this matter to. Do you think we can get this accomplished by the 4th, Ms. Kirby?
Yes.
All right. This has to adjourn at October 4th, 2023, 9 a.m. All right. Thank you,
Your Honor.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Christopher Helt.
Well, on behalf of the people.
Mr. Helt?
Hi, sorry.
State
let
your
me,
name.
Christopher Helt, let me,
You need video, sir.
Do you want to stay here, or do we jump to Judge Boyd, who's just getting started today?
Hi.
Okay. Sir, this is an arraignment and a pretrial. You are before the court on the charge of operating a motor vehicle without security. Do you understand the nature of that charge, sir?
To an extent, yeah.
You do? This is alleged to have occurred on July 22nd, 2023, Ann Arbor Saline Road in Eisenhower. That is a misdemeanor offense, carrying not more than 1 year nor less than $200, not less than $200 nor more than $500 fine plus court costs. You understand that, sir?
I understand. Yeah.
Do you wish to be represented by an attorney in this matter, sir?
No, Your Honor.
What are you going to do then on this case?
I would plead guilty.
You're going to plead guilty, even though there might be an alternative resolution if we had counsel?
He's giving him a lifeline. He's like, wait, let me think this over.
Yeah, Your Honor, because I was driving a motor vehicle with no insurance.
Well, hold on. I don't want you saying anything about it.
Stop admitting guilt.
The question is do you want to be represented by an attorney to help you through the process, sir?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
the right answer.
A wise move. This is a public defender case.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Held. We will waive any further reading, stand mute to the charges, request a personal bond and a new pretrial date.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter not guilty plea.
He wasn't
Bond
standing
will
mute
be
very
set
easily. Very well.
In the amount of $5,000 personal recognizance bond, standard conditions, including no assault behavior or weapons, no alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drugs. And I'll adjourn this matter to October 4th, 2023, 9 a.m.
We're gonna swap to
this bond will continue.
We're gonna swap to Judge Boyd here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alexander Williams, custody. Jesse NO. Thank you. Jonathan Boyd.
She's no relation.
Fidel Ayala.
She's just calling roll for court here.
Brandon Sierra. Pete Garcia. Stephen Ward. Leonardo Rosales. Rolando Gutierrez Chavez. John Casanova Paez. All right. Thank you. Juan Teran. Thank you. Dean Villarreal. In custody, we have Todd Dotson, Eric Diaz, Sean Griffin. All right, everyone. Today is jury trial day. A jury is going to be brought up this morning. So anything that is not worked out, you will be going to a jury trial. And if we need to pick 2 or 3 juries today, we will. I've been told that Judge Sadanya will let me use her jury room. So, and Nathan Moray is here. I'm sure he will try something as well. So everyone, it's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. So we can almost see Friday. We can almost taste it. So let's confer. Let's be kind to each other. Over here is family violence files. Every case on the docket today is family violence. That's why you do not see files for criminal trial division. But if you're here for criminal trial division, this is a working court. So I'm sure if there's a file you need, they will have it brought down and we will have the clerks pull a file. If you have someone who is in custody, ask the deputies, they will bring them out. Make sure your client is dressed appropriately for trial. So everyone, confer with kindness in your hearts. And the jury will be up. Do not touch anything on Bashan's desk. Bashan, could you raise your hand? Do not surround her desk. That is her office without the walls. Do not turn your back to her. This is the court reporter. I make this announcement all the time, but I figure if I make it enough, people will remember it and tell their colleagues. Do not touch her desk. That is her office without the walls. That equipment is over $10,000. It's like Pottery Barn. If you damage it, you will have bought it. And it will take a lot of barbecue plate sales to pay for her equipment. That door right there is where the inmates come in. As you can see, we did not design this courtroom. They didn't ask attorneys about how it should be designed. So inmates come that way. The deputies are in charge of security. If something ends up happening and you're in their line of sight, I have given them permission to make sure that they keep security secure. So everyone, please be kind and confer. And we're going to bring a jury up here probably at 10.
All right. So a jury at 10, that means we can switch back to, for another hour, we can switch back to Judge Simpson. Does that sound good?
And Norma, we're probably going to have to move the Robbins case to Monday because we're in that trial late and I have the other matter that's going on. There are a lot of hospital records and I didn't get a chance to read them all. Yes, Mr. Robbins is on Zoom. So if you'll let Amy Owen know to just put it on Monday and I'll take care of it. I'll do
so
that.
Here's what we know. Let me mute her for just a second. Why did I not mute her? Oh, there we go. I pushed the wrong button. What we just learned this morning is every case that's being brought up on jury trial today are family violence cases. If that is a concern for everybody, let it be known now. I thought there were more criminal cases and not domestic violence type situations. But do you guys still want to stay and watch those as these happen? Judge always displays her purse. She always has beautiful flowers, usually at least one vase behind the purse. The purse changes every day, and the purse every day is worth a lot of money. A small car, a small used car sitting behind the judge most days on her bench. She has impeccable taste, and she has a mother who buys her purses, and so she has a massive purse collection.
You need to approach everyone. If you want to approach the court, you need to have the clerk pull the file.
I just want to check in.
Sure.
I just walked in. My client is here, Rolando Gutierrez, and we're ready for trial. Thank you.
Mrs. R.A. brought me some hot cocoa and some cookies.
Sit on one. Yeah.
I think they're.
I still need to confer.
I think they're Girl Scout cookies because they look like this. Those are Girl Scout cookies, right? Good morning, Nicole. Good to have you here. We need our purse hounds to give us the make, model, and approximate cost of the purse Judge has behind her.
Yes.
I'm busy dipping my cookies in the hot chocolate.
And let her know that I'm almost done.
So good.
All right. And let her know if I finish sooner, we'll take it up soon. All right. Thank you. Janet, last night was a long night. They've been long nights. I know. I told you I like to treasure hunt. See, I'm going to pretend like you didn't tell me you were in room 6. So I'm going to try to find your live feed. I'm going to try to find your real time. I'm going to go through every room. Okay, I don't see you in room 1.
Never say never.
Oh, I found you in room 6.
I'm always not thinking outside the box.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Judge Boyd is watching other courts as
if
well.
you can have a jury called up here for 10, what time?
Caroline called in at 8.
Okay.
So,
Okay, thanks.
she called them in first. I told her to make sure, because I know you said they take forever.
Yes.
So I'll start calling in at 8 o'clock.
Okay, because yeah, I know they have to qualify them and. Okay.
A lot of chatter in the courtroom. It's okay for now, but once the judge gives the zip it sign, everybody better be quiet. They could ruin it for all these defendants if they get all chatty. Ween Baby says Dooney and Bork. The gold plate gives it away as far as the purse. So what's the consensus on the approximate cost of the purse? Let's see. Parrot Court says, I believe it's another I'm not going to say that word because you guys mocked me for how I said it last time, but it's one of this brand right here. I think it says Givenchy, but I don't know. I believe $3,800 for a purse like that. That's a lot of court fees. Jackie says 300 to 500. Givenchy. Dooney's expensive. Pronounced Burke. Givenchy. See, this is what I got stuck in the other day with her purse. There's some that are like Ga and some are G. Is it G or Ja? Givenchy. Sometimes the G makes the J sound, right? Like in the case of like Gigolo. I don't know why.
All right, and everyone, I'm reviewing Eddie.
D&B is favorite, mid-price, about $500. So reasonably priced for those who shop the full spectrum of purses. This would be like an everyday carry type of purse. You wouldn't be too hurt if you accidentally left it somewhere because it was only $500. It's not like it's your $3,800 purse. Mid priced. Yeah, this I tell you, I don't think I've ever spent more than $12 on a wallet. Okay, and that was a bit of a stretch. I'm like, I'm not sure if it's worth this. I realize there's some pretty high tech wallets out there that they want me to pay like $100 for a little tiny card holder with a clip on it. I'm not there. $12 is. It better be on special too. I like to shop for used purses though, because you always have the odd chance that it has somebody else's money in it. So it's like the lottery. The odds are probably lower than winning the lottery, but found it on eBay for 120 used. It's the Dooney and Bork eggplant purple alligator embossed leather satchel bag. Microwave, don't you get in a bidding war with me over this. So I appreciate you finding it for me, but I don't want to see your name come up as another bidder. Givenchy is French, says paracord. I don't know. Let's man, we missed oh no, we didn't. Hang on one second. We're gonna do a quick jump back to court, because I think we've got
the facility in Arizona discussed in the order. He was admitted within the time frame set by the court.
Josh is still here.
By virtue of the stipulated order. He will have access. With a bit more time, I can work out access to Zoom screens, unless the people want to put forth a proposed resolution at this time.
Can we get an affiliate link for DMB? It would have to be on Amazon. That's the only place I'm an affiliate. Does Amazon sell DMB purses? That would be crazy. Sheena says, I bought a bra and a bag at a yard sale and had $400 inside. Wow. I need to branch out from just
Diana,
purses to
this case. Did we try this case?
women's underwear as well.
Okay.
This cannot end well. I can tell you, it can't end well. How do you not notice? Never mind. That's a topic for another day. Clip it, says Greeners. Don't do that. Oh man, outlet stores, that's where it's at. Jackie says, I went to Facebook and now all I'm seeing are purses. Was it the bra or the bag? The money was in the bra and both were in the bag?
Are you already on Eddie Marine?
Okay, I'm going to find your affiliate link for your Domi purse. Domi.
Judge, I don't. Just one moment. I need to call it on the record.
I don't think we need a record in this case. We just need to supplement the court report.
No, it needs to be on the record.
Tell the judge what we need or what we don't need.
All right. Court is calling trial court cause number 2022 CR 4138. And it's listed in the the Court of Appeals 13th District as cause number 1323-00203 CR. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Nathan Morgan, the state.
Defense.
Julie Pollock for Eddie Marine.
All right. The court is in receipt of documents from the Court of Appeals. I realize from speaking with the court reporter that Judge Angelini is the judge who tried this, correct?
Yes.
All right. So I'm reading from the Court of Appeals, the order of abatement. What is the issue?
The issue is there was a jury note sent, a written jury note sent from the jury. There was a written response by Judge Angelini to that note. That has not been included in the clerk's record, even though I did request it. And I have spoken to the court reporter, to the clerks, to the bailiffs. No one, and I did even speak to Judge Angelini. No one can find the actual written note. But now he did read it in the record. So I just don't want to be penalized or my client be penalized for not having the actual note in the clerk's record. But the state has agreed that what was read in the reporter's record is the actual rendition of what happened.
Right. So, is that correct, State?
Yes, I'll agree to that, Your Honor.
All right. So the court has written stipulations from the parties, and I see Mr. Moray, where you have signed it. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And both are asking that the court approve this stipulation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
And have it included in the supplemental clerk's record.
All right. Then the court has signed the document. Is there anything else from either side?
I did have a proposed order that I did send to.
Have you reviewed the proposed order?
Oh, yes.
The court has signed the written stipulations of the parties, and the written stipulations is to include the court reporter's rendition of the actual question that was sent out by the jury and the judge's answer, correct?
Yes. I don't have any objection to this.
All right. So then the court will review your trial court's findings and recommendations and orders in response to the order of abatement. And I will get that to you before 9:30. I just need to read over it.
And I believe the 30 days runs on Sunday.
Oh, no, this will be done by 9:30.
As far as getting the supplemental record.
Oh, no. Let me just tell you, in the 187 District Court, we abide by all time. We are usually ahead of time.
I understand that. I didn't mean to imply otherwise.
No. I just wanted to alleviate any concerns that you may have that this won't be done by 9:30.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Speaking of deadlines, I need to go get a flu shot.
Yes, you may be excused, and tell them I will be there too.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
We can adjourn court for a flu shot. Counsel's like, because I'm wearing a mask, you need a flu shot? Oh, yeah. Good stuff. All right. We're getting ready for some spicy, quick, rapid-fire jury trial action with Judge Boyd today. Super excited for this. We did put a link up there for the judge's purse brand that is available on Amazon. I have not been able to find that exact purse. I scrolled through almost all the pages. I didn't see it. It does look like it is a fake alligator skin.
All right.
Oh, look,
Barbara.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. A document is being scanned to you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's nice to have Barbara visit us on Zoom like that.
All right. Who's here on Alexander Williams? All right, Mr. Williams, where are you? Come forward. All right. They're going to bring your client out.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Can someone tell me on Alexander Williams, what is happening in state? I know you all are not up, but what is happening on 5285?
Judge, we're going to have our file clearing the file down. So we can. Is that the prohibited one? Yes. We're going to check into that right now, Judge. We weren't aware that family violence was dismissed in there, so we'll check into it.
All right.
Request to officers if we need be.
All right. Thank you. See, they're always ready.
Of course.
Oh, Terry. Oh, my goodness. If you had to get a rabies shot, that is no fun at all. Those are the big, long needles in the stomach, right? Ugh. I try not to think about those.
Sure.
And Mr. Cabanas?
If it's Dooney, would that be alligator leather, or would that be leather that's embossed in an alligator pattern?
And when you all are ready on Williams, just approach.
Oh my goodness, Terry. Okay, first of all, rabbit raccoons are scary. They are much scarier than they look for their size.
All right, who's here on Roland Gutierrez Chavez?
Don't have an interpreter in court.
All right, can you call up an interpreter, please? All right, thank you.
Hey, we're almost on the report. I don't think this is not. We can defer instead of straight up.
Thank you.
Yeah, I walk them through the first. Give me this packet. Okay.
They're conferring right now. Real alligator purses are thousands to buy. Aren't alligators like I guess they're not invasive species, but don't they constantly hunt them down in Florida? CC, we're probably going to catch that on the replay.
Well, yeah, it's just one.
I don't think we'll find out much. Possibly a court date change.
All right, and everyone, just give me 5 minutes, please.
Judge is going to take 5. How do rapid jury trials work? I don't know, but she's scheduled like 10 jury trials today. They're all domestic violence, so family violence situations. I imagine that they don't have a whole ton of witnesses and expert witnesses and outside parties. It's going to be probably quick that way, in that the evidence presented in each case is very quick. So, and maybe a lot of like a he said, she said type situation. Oh, they only hunt problem gators. We have an alligator season in Louisiana. Does alligator season correspond with discounts in purse prices, alligator purse prices? Coach guarantees their bag's lifetime if anything breaks. Does that lifetime, does it pass on to whoever possesses the bag at the time? Can you like sell it and the warranty continues with the bag, or is it to the original purchaser? So my question is, whose lifetime? Whose lifetime? The lifetime of the bag, the lifetime of who owns it? Selena K, this is new for us as well. I've never seen a judge schedule multiple jury trials like this. So we're going to see how these go. It looks like a couple inmates are here. Some wearing orange, some wearing black. Mr. Electric says, a few weeks back, I personally had a fist fight with an 8-foot alligator while diving in Alexander Springs. Isn't Alexander Springs that like a crystal clear location? And first of all, I'm jealous. I need to get my scuba certification. I want so badly to do that. You have to get a permit to hunt them in Florida, and they aren't easy to get. It has custom bags for sale. There you go. So it's not the alligator.
All right, everyone, please be seated.
That was a quick 5 minutes, Judge. I thought we had some time to talk. I'm going to do purse review videos. If Gucci and Devani or whoever it is can send me their purses to review, I'll do that, and then we'll gift them out to members.
All right, Ms. Pollock, your documents have been signed.
All right, that was quick.
And they'll take them to the clerk so they can be file stamped.
All right, you want me to
Oh my goodness, Trimix diver, cave diving.
Oh, just ask the clerk.
I don't have any
It's their
desire to go
file,
into
so.
caves. I will go in mines. I'll go in caves above ground, but you put water in them and it's a no-no. It's so dark. It's so cold. It's so still. A little bit of silt and suddenly you don't know where you are. Do you do this
I just got
professionally?
an email. They're doing a 5K at Northwest Vista College on October 8th. Can I just do that cold turkey?
Yeah. You can do a 5K cold turkey.
I'll ask Jason. He's running. Can I do that cold turkey?
You definitely can. You might not be able to walk that.
No, I will not. You know, they have on here walk, run, crawl. I'm not going to crawl. I'm not going to walk. I'm running it. And I'm doing it cold turkey.
That's like the PB one for friends. It's all out.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't remember his name now, but he used to be a runner and he worked in the DA's office. I see his face. His name will come to me. But he did the full marathon and he did it cold turkey. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, my knees just buckle. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, I dropped and I couldn't move. And he said, I was probably a mile out and they still gave me a medal. And he's like, I don't want your medal because I didn't finish it. So he said, I am going to train next time. And he did it the next time around. What is his name? Jason Bond.
Jason Bond.
Yes.
That was back when it was before there was Jason Martini, Jason Bond, Jason Bond, and Jason me.
Yes.
It's like sort of funny.
And so I was like, and you gave the medal back? I said, you could have gave that medal to me. I would have pretended like I ran.
He got a,
She has no problem taking the medal.
I think his family's well off, but he started a gym or something.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Should I show up to his gym?
I don't know where it's at. Oh,
It's a secret gym, like Fight Club.
I think it's one of those things. It's like
Don't talk about the gym.
I never mentioned it.
Yeah. But Christian Hendrickson, it was on a video where he ran in dress shoes in his suit with Charles Bond.
Oh, better. Charles Buck was his first year in the center, and they went to Alamo Heights.
Yeah.
He did a mile under 7 minutes.
Yes.
In dress shoes. Well, it had to be his whole suit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then later he said his feet ended up hurting. I'm like, you don't say.
Well, he ran in college.
I ran cross country in high school.
But let me just tell you, I believe I could do that.
I don't
may
think I
just
could
do
do
that
it.
5K because Bashan is looking at me and Ruben is looking at me like I can't do it. Mind over matter, like Mr. Spock says.
When I said, like, you can't do it.
Oh, I'm doing it.
She has to do the 5K with a purse.
Now, mind you, my mom is going to call me and say, don't do it.
And she'll call during session because her mom
All
watches
right. Roland Gutierrez Chavez. Can I have parties approach?
I could probably do a 5K cold turkey. Definitely
ready?
not a marathon.
Judge, the interpreter's looking up some equipment right now.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Always good to see you. Look at you wearing the purple LSU color. I appreciate that.
Just for you.
All right, State. There would not be any favoritism because he's wearing an LSU color.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. Always great to see you. How you doing?
Good.
Well, you're in purple as well, with a splash of pink. Those are my two favorite colors. Court is calling 2022 CR 10113, State of Texas versus Rolando Gutierrez Chavez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks for the State of Texas.
Defense?
J.D. Garza defending Mr. Rolando Chavez.
And are you Rolando Gutierrez Chavez?
Yes.
All right, we have an interpreter here. If you could raise your right hand for me, do you solemnly swear or affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Cesar Chavez, license number 2203.
Any relation?
No relation.
All right, I always put that on the record. All right, the state has filed a motion for continuance. Defense, are you in receipt of the motion?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, do you state, what is your reason for the motion?
The material witness who was a witness to the offense has been unreachable by the state. The state's made different attempts to reach her. We've looked for alternative contact information to reach her. And thus far, the state's been unable to reach her, and the state is moving for continuance for more time to find this witness.
All right, defense.
Your Honor, as court knows, my client really needs a speedy trial. The fact is that under 2903, the state needs to establish what due diligence they have gone through to try to find this witness, especially since it's a material witness.
No, I'm aware of the law.
So just putting it on the record, because that's the reason why we have to object to this.
Okay. All right, motion for continuance is denied.
Ooh.
Your Honor, the state has another motion.
Yes.
May I approach?
Yes.
Motion to continue is denied. They're missing a witness. This might be dismissed.
All right, the state is tendering a motion to dismiss for missing witness. Any objection?
No objection.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Chavez, this case, the state is just asking that it be dismissed or requesting a dismissal without objection from your defense attorney for a missing witness. So what that means is they're not saying they're dismissing it because the actions did not occur. They're saying they are dismissing it because a witness that they need to prove their case is not present. I don't know anything about the facts of this case, but what I do know is you know what brought you here. And if you don't change certain things, you'll be back again. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Good luck to you, counsel.
That's as stern as she can get without a conviction.
Hey, Travis.
This is a family violence type situation.
You're welcome. Good seeing you. I think the last time I saw you, we were in a jury trial together.
Yes, you were in the 379th.
Yes.
And you whipped my butt.
Thank you.
You whipped my butt.
Have a good one.
You need him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Like the maximum.
All right. Thank you so much.
Judge is still in a good mood.
You have to wait on the
Let's see how long this lasts.
I still have to go over the paperwork, but you have to wait.
Yes.
The state knew that was going to happen. They pushed for the continuance, didn't get it, and were ready to file the motion to dismiss because without a witness they had no case.
Okay.
So it disappeared.
All right. Just give me one moment. Yes.
It does sound like somebody got to the witness. The witness doesn't want to cooperate anymore for some reason. But that shows the effectiveness of maintaining your right, not waiving your right to a speedy trial. The defendant says, "I want a speedy trial. We've got, this has to go forward. If you can't charge me and can't try me within a reasonable time, I have to be let go." And the state was acknowledging that. But it's rare to see that.
And is it the Todd Dotson?
Imagine
Okay.
Sarah Boone getting that treatment at this point. If her lawyer leaves again, she's like, "Oh, if you can't try me right now." No, but I don't think that would qualify because it's her lawyer, not the state. The state's ready to go, I think. Can they refile? I don't know. I don't know if they will. The witness could be a victim, very much. This could be a bad situation. Where
Miss Anne Marie Smith. Hi.
Hi. Do not embarrass me, Judge.
I will not embarrass you. Everyone, I'm going to take Yes, I'm going to take a 5-minute break though, because I haven't seen one of my favorite attorneys in forever. We've been on the civil side together all the time. I keep telling her she needs to come back to the criminal side, but she's like, "No, I have other out-of-county things." So everyone, just give me 5 minutes, please. Yes.
I imagine.
And then, we're going to take up Sean Griffin. And on Todd, we're just waiting for them to bring him out.
Imagine there's a big hug right here. So I haven't seen her for a long time. She is in a great mood. This is a very, very good sign for anyone who is on the docket right now. And as long as the lawyers don't make a mess of this by acting up in their courtroom, by failing to confer, by failing to pull their files, by failing to do the things that they know they're supposed to do in her courtroom, as long as everyone's respectful and quiet and it goes well and everyone dresses appropriately, this could last all day long. And every single defendant could get the benefit of the judge just having the best day of her life. But if one person just rubs the judge the wrong way and insults her purse, tips over her flowers, something along these lines, she can switch in a heartbeat. And heaven help me, I hope you get a continuance if that's what happened, because you do not want to be in front of the judge when she's not in a good mood. How long before someone angers her? It's going to happen. It happens every day. There's so many people that come up and they think that they're the top dog, and in this room, the judge is the top dog. And so many people come up and try to tell the judge what to do or how to do it, or that what she's saying isn't important, and they've got a reason why what she says doesn't matter. It doesn't take much, but she'll lay down the law. She really will. Linda Wolf, welcome. Good to have you here. I think she's in a good mood because she knows that the defense attorney won't be in her court today. Can we have a poll? How long until somebody ruins her mood? Well, so far we've got some good things, some really good things. So I don't know. Let's not do a poll, but we'll just allow it in chat, just like an informal poll. What do you guys think? Yeah, she's just happy that she doesn't have that same slow speaking Mr. Cox from yesterday. It took forever. Mr. Electric says, over the last weekend, I drove 02 Civil War blockade busters from none other than James McKay, little hidden treasure in the Hillsborough River. Probably 5 people on Earth knows exactly where they are. Wow. You dove 02 Civil War blockade busters in the river. That is really cool. We have a river. We've got the Noose River not far from me, and we've got the CSS Noose. Was a ship. It was an armored ship that was created for the Civil War, and we were worried that the South was worried that it was going to be taken, captured by the North, and so they tried to float it downstream, and it got stuck on a sandbar, and it sunk, and it was fully loaded. It had cannonballs, everything. It was all in there, and it sunk in the river, and it just stayed there. And my neighbor across the street, when he was a kid, he grew up down there in the Kinston area, and he remembers going out and swimming and diving off it, like climbing on it and diving off this Civil War boat. And then years later, they excavated it and found that it was fully loaded with gunpowder, shot, everything. So they took it all apart. They took out what they could and they set it in a museum. But time had really done a number on it. But now it's in a museum. Did you see the Murdaugh attorneys listed for CrimeCon? Oh my goodness, are they going to CrimeCon? They're going to get food thrown at them. Oh my goodness. After all they've said, man, Harpootlian, if he shows up there, I can see his counsel, Jim. I can see Jim there, but if Harpootlian shows up, that's not going to look good for him. Brandy will have to keep an eye out for that. She's headed to CrimeCon. What was the first jury trial case? Tamara, are you talking about this morning? I'm not sure if we've really started because we don't have a jury yet that's been brought up. The judge has said she'll bring up 4 juries if she has to get through all these cases today. The Noose River, yes, that's a fun one. But man, diving anything in a river, it sounds really cool. Let's see. CrimeCon would live up to its name in that case. CrimeCon is, I don't know, I debated going. I'm not a very social person, as you know. I'm very shy. I'm a bit of an introvert. I don't know what I'd do. I'd walk around and not want to talk. I'd film everybody, but I wouldn't talk to anybody. So Brandy will get the Murdaugh attorneys. Can you imagine Brandy interviewing the Murdaugh attorneys? I first of all, I think she could do it, but at the same time, she'd let him have it at some point in the interview. Probably towards the end, she's like, "Look, we hate you for these reasons. Can you speak to those?" Oh no, she does a great job. I need to. Hey Siri, turn my lights purple. There we go. Lights are purple. Now the judge will be happy with us. Frenchie says, burner phone. Let me check the burner phone. Sorry, I've been sort of ignoring it this morning. All right. Arkansas Pit Trooper pits wrong car. Oh. Here's the problem. I still need a source. I need somebody in Arkansas who will request all the pit videos from the Arkansas police because they will not ship them out of state. Unless I live in Arkansas, they will not respond to my FOIA requests for their videos. That's just their law. But I need somebody who can do that for me and start hooking us up with all the latest Arkansas pit videos.
All right. Is your client out?
Yes.
All right. And what is your client's name?
Todd Dawson.
All right. Could I see Todd Dotson's file, please?
I believe I'm talking to
Yes, I have it. All right, Mr. Dotson, how are you doing?
All right, and you, ma'am?
Good. We were supposed to be going on a jury trial today. State, are you ready for trial in this case?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
All right. So your attorney is in trial in another court. She says she's in trial in county court.
13, Judge.
13. So of course she can't be in two places at the same time. Do you understand? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the earliest docket we have for you, so you're not waiting at the jail. All right, Ms. Ferguson, what's the earliest day we can put this back on the docket?
Give me 1 second, Judge.
We'd also be amenable to the impact docket, Judge.
Okay. All right, we're going to see if we have something sooner. Do we have anything sooner than that? Because impact docket is when?
October 30th.
So I'll try to see if we have something sooner than October 30th.
October 3rd, I think you found October 3rd.
All right, so we're going to put you on the October 3rd docket. That's the earliest we can get you in. You understand? All right, do you have any questions about anything? And you're dressed appropriately for trial?
I have a jacket for him also, Judge.
All right. And do you have that jacket at the jail?
No, it's at my office.
They're not going to let you bring clothing in. All right, so we'll see you back on October 3rd.
To CrimeCon. Oh, man.
Who's here on Leonardo Rosales? Could I see the file on Rosales, please?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Pasantes is in Travis County and is on his way down.
Okay, well, is Mr. Rosales?
He's a Spanish speaker.
Can you bring an interpreter?
He is right there talking with Megan.
All right, so as soon as that happens, we'll bring Mr. Rosales. Just have a seat. He understands English, but okay. Who's here on Sean Griffin? All right, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and then what case are you here? All right, I'll take that up after this.
She's asked for a jury to be brought up, right? So there's like another room where juries are just selected. What's he wearing? A whole bunch of bling? Not sure if that's going to impress the judge here.
All right, and this is an application, Bashan. Court is calling 2023 CR 6161, State of Texas versus Sean Edward Griffin. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks of the state of Texas.
Defense?
Samuel Lyles from Mr. Griffin.
And are you Mr. Griffin?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Griffin, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yeah, Your Honor, the state moves to proceed on the lesser included terroristic threat, Class B misdemeanor.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, just one moment. Ms. Burks.
A lesser included terroristic threat. What was the bigger? Tamara, welcome to the gallery. Thank you so much for joining us as a member. Love to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Please take a seat on the front row. We have reserved seating for members.
All right.
Jim and Waters are going to be there.
Just 1 second.
That's going to be crazy. This defendant got the charges reduced to terroristic threat.
They're super tired.
Yes.
Tamara, thank you so much. I'm glad we can make your workday go a little bit smoother. Had to sit for hours to see if my number would be called for a case, but they didn't need a jury. Carrie, that is awful. But often, honestly, that's a big part of jury duty. Most people who get called don't serve. And even if you are picked for a jury, a lot of cases resolve before the jury actually is seated. Or jury actually
I have to get my at least I'm a sleeper. I need at least 10 hours.
10 hours.
And I didn't get that last night.
That's because we worked late, Your Honor.
Yes. You know, my mom would always tell me, Stephanie, you're going to sleep when we were growing up, you're going to sleep your night of life away. Because you know how young children get up at 6 a.m. and 5 a.m. on the weekend? I would never do that. I would just like, let me sleep. My mom was like, no, you need to eat breakfast. And I would say, I don't need any breakfast. Please don't wake me up.
I love that for you. I love that.
Oh, no, I can get my sleep.
She's talking
All
to the
right,
state.
Mr. Griffin, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of terroristic threat? That's a Class B misdemeanor. The range of punishment is up to a $2,000 fine and up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $2,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Griffin, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on terroristic threat. They are asking for a $0 fine. They're recommending deferred adjudication in the anger management course. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your community supervision. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 60 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with Kevin Chase II. Did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offense of terroristic threat as a Class B misdemeanor, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, and state, is the complainant aware of this agreement?
The complainant is not aware of this agreement specifically because we've been unable to reach the complainant over the past couple of days, but the complainant did say for us to use our discretion and handle the case as we see fit.
All right, thank you. You may continue to confer.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Griffin, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
This is a fast court.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Judge is reviewing everything. Holly Mack, that's awesome. Great to have you in green. Glad it got sorted out. Uh-oh. Buffer, what's happening? Let's see.
All right. After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Griffin, how many children do you have?
I have 5.
All right. And are they all with the person who's in the?
No, it's 4 with her and 1 with.
And what are their ages?
15, 13, 9, and 7.
Okay, that's only 4 children.
That's with.
Oh, okay. And how the other one? How old is that one?
He's 6.
All right. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I work at IFCO warehouse.
Okay. All right. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Positive.
For?
Marijuana.
All right. You're going to have to stop smoking marijuana. It's not allowed while you're on probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
All right.
No weed?
This is what the court will do. The court will sentence you to 1 year deferred adjudication, 60 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, the 60 hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person.
I think he knows how to
I'm
become
going to
a
want him
parent.
tested for levels. Those levels need to start going down. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, you can just do one field visit to see how everything is. If everything is fine, you can discontinue field visits or continue them as you see fit. Proof of employment within 30 days.
She just wants the levels to start
no
dropping.
Employment as a home health care provider with minors.
Yeah, you can't be a daycare provider.
Anger management.
Wow.
Probation, is there anything else?
No Sam's Club. Just throw that in there just for good measure. Make him wonder why.
Yeah. We rarely do misdemeanor cases up here, right? All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right. I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We can go off the record. Mr. Griffin, here's the thing. When people have children and they were previously married and that person moves on and they marry someone else and you don't appreciate the way someone's being disciplined, in this case, the taking away of the phone and the PlayStation, just because the stepfather takes that away as punishment, your answer should have been, let me call the child's mother to see why the PlayStation and phone were taken away. I know about people who are from split households or they divorced. Usually the issues that would come up on the civil side is you have someone who's not the child's parent doing physical discipline. This wasn't even a case of somebody doing physical discipline. This was a case of somebody taking away a phone and taking away a PlayStation. And what you should have done was ask your son, why did they take away the phone? Why did they take away the PlayStation? And whether you think that the taking away of the phone or the PlayStation doesn't fit the actions that your son took, the thing is, don't rush over the house. Time when that's said, the thing is to take some deep breaths, call the mother and say, hey, my son called me. He said, you all took away his phone and PlayStation. Why are you taking away the phone and PlayStation? Honestly, I don't understand why children have phones, but that's neither here nor there. We didn't have them growing up because they were not invented. If you wanted to call your parent because of discipline, you had to walk down the block and find a pay phone, put your quarter in, or either you had to sneak and find a phone in the house to do it. And there were no phones in bedrooms at least for children when I was growing up. But so that's the proper thing to do, not to go over there and get upset. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to have to learn to co-parent. Now, if somebody's disciplining your child physically, you and her need to talk about that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Somehow she turned the word disciplining into a two-syllable word.
All right.
Disciplining.
And I know I said you'll take you next, but Mr. Cabanas has been waiting. Mr. Cabanas? Yes, sir. Alexander Williams?
How many of y'all did the
All right,
paperclip
Mr. Williams,
trick
if you
on the
come up,
microphone?
please.
Scratching the microphone to get the sounds.
Oh, no. I have the file.
Just me? Okay.
All right, Mr. Williams, your case that you were here scheduled for trial on has been dismissed.
Boom.
All right, so now we have this case that is left. And have you been able to confer with the state on this case?
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
All right, and so where are we?
I made an offer, Your Honor, because previously I don't believe an offer was made except for through the Agasol. So I have made an offer today. I don't believe they're accepting that offer since they haven't came back.
All right. So as you know, state has just finished with the murder trial and family violence, they're up for trial. So I can bring you back as soon as possible for a trial on your case, but I can tell you it's not going to be today because we have other cases with family violence that are old, that is older than yours. All right. And defense, if you want to file a motion for a bond reduction, you're more than welcome, of course, to do that. And it can be referred to Judge Nahara. Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
what's the soonest we can get this on trial? State, how long do you think this trial will last?
It shouldn't take that long. There's just some outstanding DNA that I'm looking into with the lab right now. And I haven't got an answer back with that yet. So I can't give you a definitive answer, but it shouldn't be that long of a trial.
Okay, so then we need to see about this DNA. And how long do you think the DNA will take?
If it's been done, no time at all.
Okay.
But I would have to disclose that obviously to defense. So they would require those 20 to 30 days, I'm assuming, but I'd have to just determine whether the items that were, again, in our case, have been sent over or not. And I just actually trying to review that currently.
All right, so this is what we'll do. I'll put you down for the earliest trial date that we have, with the caveat that if you still haven't received your DNA, and if DNA is something that the state needs for their case, then we're going to have to continue it. If it's something the state doesn't need for their case in defense, you don't need it, then we can go forward if everybody agrees to go forward. Do you understand, sir? Yeah. All right, Ms. Ferguson, what's the earliest date?
I think November 7th.
November 7th. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
And Mr. Cabanas, if you want to check in at some point and see if it can be sooner than that with state, the court is always here.
Sure, Judge, just to put on the record.
Well, let's go on the record. All right, court is calling 2020 CR 5285, State of Texas versus Alexander Leonard Williams. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense.
Alfonso Cabañas for Mr. Alexander Williams.
And are you Mr. Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense, you wanted to place something on the record?
Yes, Judge, thank you. I wanted to let the court know on the state, I conferred with my client. He's rejecting the plea offer on the pending unlawful possession case. My client also wanted me to address the court that he is ready and willing to go to trial. And so I wanted the court, or I wanted my client to hear from the court that unfortunately this week is Family Violence Week. So we're not going to go to trial today. We're coming back at the earliest time. And I did confer with my client regarding the DNA issue that the state let me know about. But other than that, Judge, we're ready. I just wanted my client to hear from the court why we're not going to trial today.
All right. So Mr. Williams, even though it's family violence that are going to trial this week, they have cases that are older than yours. And so that's why your case is being pushed back. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Now,
yes.
Excuse me. Ma'am, I've been remanded without bond since I've been incarcerated. Is there any way I can get a bond in since?
Yes. If your attorney, if you all want to call Judge Nahara and see if he's available and see if he'll go forward without a written motion, but do an oral motion, you're more than welcome to do that. But what I will let you know is the reason why there's a remand without bond is on May 8th, May 3rd, 2023, your bail bondsman filed a motion to surrender surety. So you may want to talk to his bondsman.
Yes, Judge.
And I believe that was Jones Bail Bonds. So
I've been incarcerated since November of last year now.
okay. No, I understand. And your bondsman, let me just tell you a little bit of the history. So your bondsman got off your bond. Then your bondsman asked that your bond be restored, which I signed to have it restored. And that was on April. They were asking that the bond be restored. And that's April 2nd. So I signed it to restore it. And then after that was signed, then in May, they filed another affidavit to surrender surety. And I'm just telling you the reasons why they're saying that they wanted it surrendered was because they couldn't guarantee your appearance from court. Now, mind you, I'm not at the bonds office. I don't know what your contract is with them. I'm not dealing with your contract with them, but your attorney can probably speak with them and see if they want to get back on your bond or not. And counsel, it's Jones Bail Bonds. And they can see. Now, if you want to speak to Ms. Ferguson, you can talk to Ms. Ferguson. She can get in contact with the coordinator for Judge Nahara and see if they're available to do a bond hearing today and do it orally. And usually he's open to doing that if they're not too busy. Okay?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Is there anything else?
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Are we ready on Edward Alexander Castillo Brigas?
Can we bring a jury up? Let's have a jury brought up. A surety, is that the money that the bondsman?
All right. The court is calling 2023 CR 3069, State of Texas versus Edward Alexander Castillo Bringas. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense?
Leo Gonzalez for Edward Castillo Bringas.
All right, we're scheduled for jury trial. The jury is, I've been informed by the clerk. They are in the hallway. Are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, the state is not, and we will tender dismissal.
Any objections to the dismissal?
No, Your Honor.
State's not ready to go. Dismissed. Once again, defense
Mr.
pushes the issue.
We're off the record. Mr. Bringas, the state is tendering the motion to dismiss for missing witness. You know what brought you here. And I said this to people many a time. Whatever brought you here, don't come back here, right? Unless you're coming to visit. I do note, and I think the state is aware of the changes that you've made in your life. I know that you've taken many classes. And your defense counsel has made the court aware of the classes that you've taken. I know that you brought people with you from time to time from the military here. So thank you very much. And thank you for your service. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Can we be excused?
Yes.
And just like that, the charges are gone. State drops the charges, motion to dismiss, gets the yellow sheet saying, all done, see ya. Missing witness. They kissed and made up. That's probably very likely that there was a change of heart in testifying, and now they're not willing to
All
assist.
right, McLean. And which case are you here for?
This is Jose Marie Cavazos.
All right, could I have the document on Cavazos?
The iPad is giving the guy fits. He can't quite get it open properly. And it goes back in.
So what's the full name?
Jose Marie Cavazos.
All right. So I do remember this case, although I don't have any documents before me on this case.
Yeah, we are.
Jose Marie
Cavazos.
Marie Cavazos. Is this the case where we're waiting on something?
This is the one where my client is in El Paso, and we're trying to get a buckle swab to do an Article 64.
All right. So where are we on that?
Well, the last time we were here, we were going to bench warrant him. Because everything else had failed. We tried to go through the public defender's office in El Paso. We have tried to appoint investigators. Nobody will touch this because of the chain of custody issues.
Right. And yes, and I cannot legally bench warrant him because I don't really have jurisdiction. He hasn't done anything to warrant a bench warrant.
He doesn't have a case open. He's actually out on parole, and that's part of what our problem is. I had checked with Ms. Ferguson earlier, a couple of weeks back, and that was kind of the understanding that I got. I try to wrap my head around this and try to figure out what tools we do have. The only two things that I think we can maybe do is issue a KPS or do a writ of attachment.
All right, let's do this because the writ of attachment is off the table for legal reasons. How far is El Paso from San Antonio? Help me out here with my if I were in Louisiana, I would tell you how the distance between the parishes. I know I've been here long enough where I would know, but I do not know. Somebody from the audience, how far?
560 miles. Thank you, sir.
560 miles. So it's a little bit longer to drive from here to Shreveport than from here to El Paso. So does he have transportation to get to San Antonio?
My understanding is that he does not.
All right, Greyhound bus. Is that possible? Do they have, I know they have Greyhound in El Paso. I know you'll stop in every small town.
My trick is this, is that this was a sex offense. He's currently kind of in a halfway house, trying to find a place to be able to live. All the places you have has got a bus stop too close, or there's a school too close, or there's something is prohibiting him from being a place.
Is there not a professional place?
You would think, honestly.
Do we not have any DNA laboratories that will go to do a buccal swab and come back? I will see if
I've tried LabCorp. I've tried
Quest.
There is no place in El Paso that will do it. And they flat out tell me we're not going to do it unless an El Paso judge orders us to. That's the pushback I'm getting. It is ridiculous. And now I've got a PO, a parole officer that I don't know. I've got
judge is Googling this right now
to get him to travel.
Okay, so request a test, and mind you, I'm just Googling online.
Told you.
Request a test. Order your test. Oh, this is one where they order it and you do it yourself, then send it back in. But they say they have a laboratory with over 3,600 locations. And you're right, it's LabCorp.
And I've contacted them and I've tried to get them to get on board with this. That was one of the places that we were trying to go through when we were trying to get the public defender to do it.
All right, so let me ask you all this. Are you all available to come back on Friday?
Friday this week, no good.
I probably won't either. I will be in here on Friday or on Monday.
Are you all able to come back on Monday?
No, not on Monday, Judge. We can come back another day next week if that works.
All right. You all decide, confer with each other, decide what day next week you can come back, and I'm going to solve this problem. So this is what I need to solve this problem. One, does anybody have any objections to me solving this problem?
I have no objection, Judge. I need all the help I can get.
Okay.
As long as it's within the parameters of the code, Judge, which I know you're already thinking about those things. So yes, as long as it'll be kosher, which chapter 64.
Yes,
that'll be fine.
So this is what I need to solve this problem. I'm going to need to know specifically where he's located in El Paso.
Got that.
Some contact numbers there if you have them.
Got that.
And the name and date of birth of your client.
I'm sure I've got that.
All right. So if you all give that to Norma, and on the handwritten item that you give to her, if you're right in there, this is to be done by this date, the date that you all come back, and I'll make sure it's done.
Okay,
this problem will be solved.
Thank
if we all have to do a road trip to El Paso.
Flying.
All right.
Southwest.
All right. Thank you all.
Thanks, Judge. Appreciate it.
Pete Garcia. Who's the attorney on Pete Garcia?
This is great. I love this.
Yeah, I know. Where's the attorney? If you can get the. All right, if you can get the attorney here. Are you already on Leonardo Rosales. All right, Mr. Rosales, if you'll come forward. Yes, the interpreter's here.
Not really dressed for court. But at least we can tell which one
The
he
court
is.
is calling 2022 CR 8189, State of Texas versus Leonardo Rosales. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense.
Mrs. Santos, PSANTES for defense.
Okay. And are you Mr. Rosales?
Yes.
All right. We've previously sworn in the interpreter, but I'll swear you in again. Could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Cesar Chavez, license number 2203.
All right. So, State, are you ready to proceed with trial?
Your Honor, we are not. We have asked the court to close this case for further investigation. The complainant has given a subsequent child safe, and the allegations in that one, I think, are more worthy of investigation than the current. So I'm looking into the new information.
Defense, any objections to the dismissal?
No, Your Honor, no objections.
All right, the court will grant the state's motion to dismiss. We can go off the record. Mr. Rosales, it appears maybe that the state may be filing additional charges. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so that's a dismissal, but it's not a good one. It's dismissal because instead of chasing this case, there's more serious charges they're about to bring.
All right, state on Pete Garcia. The court has been informed that the U.S. Marshals have picked him up.
Okay.
Are you all aware of that? And whether is he being deported? Does anyone know what is happening with that?
He was just picked up in here, Judge.
He was picked up in here.
The marshals came and snagged him out of court.
I hate when people come and pick people up in court before we've resolved our matters.
The marshals
so, state, if you'll look into that
court?
to make a decision on what's going to happen with this case.
Wow. Yeah, the marshals came in and plucked him right out of the court
Carlos
gallery.
Steleo. They just gave me the file. Thank you.
I didn't know we were sent that. It's me as well. Another Article 64.
So you're on this one, you're supposed to be, this is not set till October 16th.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. My fault. Right. Yeah.
That's okay.
No worries.
And so, yeah.
We're getting the underlying data on that case. And
all right. Thank you.
Sorry.
Dean Villarreal.
I think the dismissals are permanent. The other charges are going to be brought in. They're new. State's here. Where's defense? Possibly an interpreter. Nope, just defense. Oh, he's dressed appropriately, buttoned up and everything. That'll win him some points.
So we're here on Dean Villarreal. Are both parties ready?
No. We filed a motion for continuance. Should be in the court's file.
All right. The court does not have that.
I have a copy.
Sure.
Defense is not ready to proceed at this time. It's supposed to go to jury trial today, but now they've asked for a delay. We'll see if they say why and if the judge grants it or not.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 0990, State of Texas versus Dean Villarreal. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense?
Jay Norton and Nico Woodhead.
All right, this is scheduled for trial today. I have read defense's motion for continuance. Motion for continuance will be denied.
Boom. denied. It's going
Well,
forward
Judge,
right
I
now.
mean, Jason, as you know from the continuance and from the last setting, is in Caldwell County, and he's the lead on this case.
Okay.
So he's leaving tomorrow to Philadelphia. He's one of the adjunct professors for St. Mary's. I think you're aware of that as well, Judge.
Yes.
And so he's the coach for them, and so he's not going to be available. He has a letter on file for some time now. And then Monday, obviously, not obviously, but I think he told you he'll be traveling with a colleague and a friend to the Mayo Clinic. He's in some cancer treatment.
Yes.
And so he's not available, Judge.
Yeah. No, I understand. But with regards to the mock trial that he's having in Pennsylvania.
It's not he's having it, St. Mary's.
Yeah, I know, St. Mary's, and he's supervising or coaching. I have already previously told him that the court is not going to grant him for continuance to coach a mock trial team. This is an old case. I was going to make allowances for the issue with the medical issue, but jury's out in the hallway, so motion for continuance is denied.
Well, Judge, he's not present, so I'm not sure exactly.
He needs to be here. And I told him when he was here before that he was supposed to be here.
There is an additional issue. We tried to, someone from the office tried to view the CAC video last week and was unable to because the state's copy was broken. So as we stand here right now, we have not seen the CAC video as well.
All right, so you all need to watch it.
And for the court's knowledge and for the court's edification, I have never read Mr. Viriel's files. I will be completely unprepared to try this case to the detriment of Mr. Viriel, and he definitely wishes the court to know that he would like to exert a Sixth Amendment right to the counsel of his choice, which is Jason Goss.
All right, so Mr. Goss needs to be here. Motion for continuance is denied.
Well, just so you know, Judge, he's in Caldwell County, so he won't be here for some time because it's a specially set sentencing, just so you know.
Okay.
Way predates your sentence.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Judge,
all right, thank you. Eric Christopher
Diaz.
Diaz.
Yeah, he skipped court so he could go coach people on how to play court. Not good, not good. Okay, she's on the edge.
All right,
state.
Let's see how this goes.
Your Honor, the state is presenting a motion for continuance on this case. Yesterday, after speaking with Mr. Pickles, we became aware of additional discovery that was outstanding. We did send out a request previously, however, we had not received that. We did send out an additional request yesterday. The state's office received that at about 1:21 p.m. And we made it available to the e-discovery system. However, because there's a delay in getting that out to defense counsel through that system, it wasn't. We became aware today that it wasn't made available until after midnight this morning. So, Your Honor, the state's requesting a continuance as to Mr. Diaz's trial in order to give Mr. Pickles time to review that additional discovery.
All right, we're calling 2023 CR 2918, State of Texas versus Eric Diaz. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ruben Herrera for the state.
For the defense?
Kelly Fiddle.
Are you Mr. Diaz? Yes, all right, off the record, the state tendered a motion for continuance, and off the record, the state said it was additional discovery that wasn't uploaded. What discovery is this?
It was videos relating to count one of the indictment, Your Honor, and offense reports. And offense.
Let's see how she
All
handles
right, this is a fairly new case from 2023. Defense, do you have objections?
No.
She's
all right, motion for continuance will be granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Ms. Ferguson, yes. I need a jury trial date. Quick turnaround, please.
This is getting good.
Yes. All right, we'll be back on October 3rd at 9 a.m.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Judge, is it possible to push it back 1 week? My daughter's birthday's on the 4th. I usually take her to breakfast on her birthday.
Aw. Let me see.
Soft spot.
So how long do you all expect this trial to last?
Day. 2 days max, Judge. Yeah.
All right, so we're saying October 3rd, and when is your daughter's birthday?
October 4th.
So are you able to do jury selection on the 3rd or no?
Yeah.
All right, we can do jury selection on the 3rd, and then we'll work around your daughter's birthday on the 4th. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, she's not ticked off yet, but she can flip very quickly now. Having somebody completely disregard her counsel and advice and order, pretty much, does not put her in a good mood. And that case is still pending. It's on today's docket. It's still here. She's saying it's going forward. It's set scheduled for jury trial today. He's got to be here, and he's in Pennsylvania, or he's out of the county. I don't know. She's saying
that's coming back for trial.
Get him here.
Martin Lee Rios.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I'm going to go with nachos today, my young.
All right. Are both parties ready for trial?
Saves ready, Your Honor.
We're ready, Your Honor.
All right. We'll put you on the lineup. And it'll be today.
Okay.
Thank you.
First one that's actually going forward to a jury trial today.
Stephen Ward.
Ooh, it's the same dude again.
All right. You're up for jury trial today. Is there a motion for continuance?
Yes, ma'am.
Same issue, Judge.
All right. Could I see the motion? Because I don't have it in the court file.
Same issue. This is the same lawyer who's not here, who should be here. He's still out coaching a debate team or something.
Court is calling 2022 CR 7666, State of Texas versus Stephen Ward. If I got to have parties announced for the record for the state.
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
For the defense.
Jay Norton and Nico LaHood.
All right. And are you Mr. Ward?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. This is scheduled for trial today. Defense, you filed a motion for continuance?
Yes, sir.
All right. And the court has reviewed the motion for continuance. The court will note that a previous motion for continuance for the defense was granted on August 8th. And after reviewing defense's motion for continuance is denied.
Judge, there's an additional issue that I understand from Mr. Goss, who is familiar with the case, and that they are still lacking CPS records availability. And I spoke with Brittany.
I think last time we were here, we were just waiting for the order to reach the judge's desk to sign it.
All right. So everyone needs to stop with the waiting for the order to reach the judge's desk. The court has not been presented with any order for CPS records. If the court were presented with orders for CPS records, the court would sign the order for CPS records. So state, do you have the CPS records in your possession?
We do, Your Honor. And I have signed, defense had done a DocuSign and I signed it last week. So I don't know if what we signed ever made it to you, but I do have a secondary one that I can.
All right. Today. Turn it over to the court.
Okay.
Court will sign it. Motion for continuance is denied.
How'd you like to be the defendant? It was like, my lawyer's not here. And she's like, doesn't matter. We're going forward anyway. Make it happen. He's only 72 miles away. Okay, so he's got to drive pedal to the metal and use his badge if he gets pulled over. He's innocent. He has a halo over his head. It's a little off center, but yes, I do see that. It's a little bit crooked. Child Protective Services involved. Yes, these are. If this goes to trial, if we have a case here, these are going to be some tough issues. Like of the nature that we normally don't follow. Just a heads up there. Bench warrant for the lawyer. Any minute now. You know that phone call's been made and some curse words.
All right, thank you. Jonathan Boyd.
Some curse words were shared, I'm sure.
On this one, Your Honor, they also filed a motion for continuance. I was informed this morning that our child victim is ill as of this morning.
All right. And could I see your motion for continuance on that one?
Yes.
Sure. All right.
Send the marshals to get the lawyer.
The court is calling 2021 CR 5164, State of Texas versus Jonathan Boyd. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense.
Jay Norton and Nico LaHood.
All right. Defense has filed a motion for continuance. The court will note that a previous motion for continuance was filed and granted on June 20th, 2023.
Samantha, thank you.
The court will note that this case has been pending on the court's docket since August 5th, 2021. Motion for continuance is denied.
And Your Honor, I did just learn within the last hour that our child victim she woke up with, as a mom, I believe it's probably strep throat this morning. So we would just ask if, I know there's other cases, but if this does get pushed to possibly delay testimony for her to put on antibiotics.
All right, state you'll have to file your motion, okay. But defense motion for continuance is denied. Thank you. Thank you.
He's got 3 cases.
Kevin Luna.
They've got 3 cases with the same person today.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I just wanted to get ahead of the game in this particular case. It's set actually on your docket.
October 12th.
Yes. Mario Del Prado and I have just been retained in this case. And I have a vacation letter on that date, and he has a conflict in Atascosa.
Okay.
I wanted to get the court's permission if we could just reschedule that for a week.
Okay. It's set on that date for discovery. So since you have been recently retained, that'll give you a chance to look over the discovery. Ms. Ferguson, on this case, he has 2 cases, but it's 2022 CR 6188. It's currently set for October 12th, and it's set for discovery. Can you recall that for a week later? Is that what you're asking for?
That's right, Your Honor.
So if you could recall it the week of October 16th.
The 19th.
Is the 19th fine?
It's fine, Your Honor.
All right. And you have contact with your client?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
You too. Take care.
Thank you very much. Wayne Hatchell gifted 5 memberships as well. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Those recipients are most grateful, I'm sure. Angelina Knox. It's Kells Mack, Linda Wolf, Rowana Pedlo Hermes, and Nancy Bates, all gifted memberships from Wayne. Thank you so much for that. Super generous.
All right. Whoa, that rubber band went across the room. These are the 2 files that were off docket.
The Delphi case.
Have you had a chance to review Pete Garcia,
the
one who was taken by the U.S. Marshals today?
So we did review the file, Your Honor, and it does look like he has federal priors for different federal level crimes, not necessarily immigration. So I don't know what the current case is, but we've put a request in to find that.
All right. Norma, on Pete Garcia, Daniel De La Garza.
Judge is ticked because the feds came and snatched
And
him
the
out
other
of the courtroom.
attorneys who are sitting here, I'm assuming you all are ready for trial? All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
That's like cheating. The marshals should have to hunt you down, right? That's how the game works. They have to hunt you down and find you wherever you are. And they're using the Judge Boyd's order that he has to show up in court to just waltz in there and have their work done for them and just snap the cuffs on and out you go.
All right.
That's cheap.
Jesse Inaho, who's here for Jesse Inaho? Norma, that attorney needs to be called.
Attorney, your court case is happening? Cindy Lou, welcome. You're being constructive, getting things done.
Raymond Martinez, he needs to be called.
Victoria's been here.
Okay.
I'll go with Fermi on it.
Thank you. And the attorney Samuel Lyles. Norma, that attorney needs to be here.
Okay, this isn't looking good when attorneys start doing the whole no-show thing.
Oh, that pled? You're right, did. Thank you.
I didn't see the marshals. I want to rewind
Norma,
and see where
Pete Garcia,
it was.
Can
Maybe
you give that a 45-day reset? Okay.
Kevin, we're hoping there's a trial. The jury is like waiting in the hall, waiting to be brought in. And she's chomping at the bit. She wants to get these things done. A lot of them are being dismissed, so we've made some progress on the docket. But I think she wants to be in trial here.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There's no meeting.
Yes. So you're up for trial. So I just wanted to make sure you all were ready.
Actually, Judge, we were given some Brady material just yesterday from a witness that the state visited with that we actually had asked them to do that, and they did. And they gave us some what we think is exculpatory evidence. A witness who has information about the case who doesn't believe that the offense occurred.
They're on their
All
own
right. Can I
sides.
see the file on Juan Tehran?
He needs to move to the other side.
And if you all could slide.
Yeah, I remember from yesterday.
Well, your client could stay in the middle. All right, state. So defense is saying that they just received Brady material or what they deem to be Brady.
Yesterday, defense told us about a witness. They said this witness was going to say the complainant, they knew of a lie the complainant had told. I called the witness. They said they knew of no such lie. They just had some assumptions that something she said wasn't true, which is not what they told me. I did provide them with notes of that conversation, which I guess is what they're calling the Brady information. They also told me they hadn't contacted that witness themselves. I'm not sure if they've contacted that witness since, but the state did contact that witness the same day they provided the contact information.
And Judge, just so it's clear, some people are just more willing to speak to prosecutors than to defense lawyers.
Okay.
And that's why we suggest that the state contact them. And that's
I know. Well, here's the thing. I think all the attorneys in Bexar County know each other. Half of us ended up going to St. Mary's. I do not think or believe that the prosecutors in this court or the defense attorneys that have come before me are doing anything that's not above board. So if you all would like, because to talk to this witness together on the phone, you're more than welcome to do so.
The state has no further need to talk to this witness.
Okay.
And we have what we need from them, Judge. What I'm saying is we need to follow up on information that we got and see if it produces any other witnesses and pin her down on that issue about why, whether in fact she thinks there's a lie or she has basis to believe there's a lie. It's not a minor point.
Okay. All right. So if you all are asking for a continuance, you have to file a motion.
I'll put it in writing, Judge.
All right. So, and that'll need to be heard this morning.
I'll put it in writing and I'll be here all morning.
All right. Thank you.
And it might be denied because she wants to move forward.
Oh, and Vashon, I think Mr. Griffin, is he on GPS by chance? Oh. So state on Mr. Griffin, do y'all have any objections to removing of his GPS?
Yes.
All right, so the GPS can be removed and I'll sign whatever order needs to be signed.
Yes.
Cool beans. Lose the tracking device.
Oh, no, that's just completed.
Judge Boyd is so good.
All
We
right.
love her. She's
The
so good at
defense
this.
counsels who are present, if I could see you all in chamber, please, with the state.
Okay, we're going to take a...
And Norma.
And Norma.
If you come back.
Everybody and Norma. We're going to the back room. Donuts and hot chocolate in the back room. All right. This has been interesting. We haven't not yet gotten to a jury trial, but it might happen here soon. She's sort of worked through. First, she did attendance first thing in the morning just to see who was there because they were supposed to be there on time. I believe it was an ankle bracelet that the the tracking device, like a house arrest type thing. Anyway, she got through the roll call and got the people in trouble that weren't there. Then she went through like the initial appearances just to see if everything was moving forward. Some cases were dismissed. Some were scheduled for trial today. So some is going forward. The jury is in the hallway. They're ready to go. And now I think we're finally to the point where she's going to call court, bring the jury in. She's going to chew them out respectfully. Okay, I have to run outside and say hi to my Airbnb guy, who I can see he keeps opening and unlocking the door because it's telling me on my phone, so I know he's here. But I've got to go talk to him before he leaves. It's currently unlocked, so I know he's still here. But we'll have to do that here as well. Wish I could rewind and see when the marshals came in and snatched that guy. Hope to let the jury sit while waiting. The jury gets paid regardless of if they hear a case. This is jury duty, so they should be paid for showing up and being there. I think once they've been selected for jury duty and they're here, I think they're paid. We can talk amongst ourselves, says Frenchie Mom. We can rewind it and watch it for you. Yeah, let me know if somebody finds where the marshals come in and just smoothly just snatch the guy and walk out with him in cuffs. That would be awesome. Before this video is taken down, can you rewind it to see when the marshals came in? My video will still be up. I don't think the judge takes hers down. She keeps them up. I think. Well, she keeps it's a jury day trial, so I think she will. Warrior Woman says, I looked, it's not there. Maybe they snatched him from the hallway. Her videos stay up. Yeah, she's pretty good about keeping them up here. Somebody wearing a prison break hoodie. Peter Steele, usually jury duty is less than minimum wage by far. It's enough to cover the parking fee and probably not enough to cover lunch. It's pretty pathetic. Okay, I'm gonna wander out. I'm gonna leave the judge's audio on. Everyone, please behave. Talk amongst yourselves nicely, as you do. I've got to run outside and talk to my buddy about the Airbnb. Make sure we're on board with what we're doing next out there. Do people chat on her channel? Can you imagine? They do sometimes. Sometimes she has the chat on. Sometimes she has it off. I think it's on right now, but it's a little bit rough sometimes. She doesn't. I don't think she has many mods to manage it. Be kind and confer. Yes, this is the lesson for the day. Be kind and confer. Behave right. You know it. You say apples. I say bananas. So it's one or two the other. Potato, potato. All right. I'll be right back. No music. Let me know if I miss anything.
Bring the jury. I'm not a cat.
Let no dead horse go unbeaten.
I was kicked back, taking it easy.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Is that correct?
Don't miss the forest for the trees.
Everyone, please be seated.
Don't miss the forest for the trees.
Mr. Davidson, how long are you requesting for jury selection?
Whatever the state.
All right, 30 minutes each side. Yes. All right, whenever they're ready, I'll take it.
Because he's the guy.
And Norma, they're ready for trial. Yes, they say they're, both sides say they're ready. Well, I'm sorry. On that case, actually, the defense is going to be filing a motion for continuance that I'll need to hear.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. All right, sure. All right. And we're keeping the interpreter busy today. And Deputy Laura? All right. So the parties on Jose Soto Victorino.
Swoops in right at showtime.
All right. And there's Mr. Coots. Hi. Great. See, you messed up. Everybody has been wearing purple. All the guys have on purple ties or something. You and Travis do not. I don't know what you didn't get the Oh, and now Daniel. All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 2763D, State of Texas versus Jose Jared Soto Victorino. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Megan Enriquez and John Coots for Jose Soto Victorino.
All right. And are you Mr. Soto Victorino?
Yes.
All right. I'm sorry for not rolling my R's. I'm just not able to do that, but I'm working on it. We have the interpreter here. Could you raise your hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Cesar Chavez, license number 2203.
All right. Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe we have.
All right, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Victorino, all the documents that I'm going to go over with you are in English. Were those documents explained to you in Spanish?
Yes.
All right. And defense, were you able to explain the documents to him in Spanish?
Yes, Your Honor, and the actual paperwork was done through the translator.
All right. And there are no applications?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Victorino, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, we're going with the lesser included offensive camping.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Victorino, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand that the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of kidnapping? That is a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
No contest.
All right. Now, I want you to listen to me clearly. Do you understand the rights that I've explained to you?
Yes.
All right. Are you giving up those rights and entering into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
How do you mean?
All right. Are you giving up those rights?
No. Yes.
All right. Let me backtrack. Do you understand all of the rights that I've explained to you?
Yes.
Do you want to go to a jury trial?
No.
Do you want me to follow the agreement that's been reached with your attorneys in the state?
Yes, please do that.
All right. Have you understood everything that I've discussed with you so far?
Yes.
All right. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Soto Victorino, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, no,
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
no, no.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
See,
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
no.
No.
Defense, would you like to address that issue?
Yes, Your Honor. The court appointed an immigration attorney from the public defender's office. She has met with him, I believe, 3 times. She met with him back in July. She met with him by video visit yesterday. And today she presented him with the Padilla letter that she reviewed with him through the interpreter. He's aware of all of the immigration consequences. We've discussed them at length. I've discussed them with him. I've discussed them with his family. And he's discussed them with the immigration attorney. He understands that after his sentence is complete, he will be transferred to immigration custody and likely be deported. He has no intent to return to the United States. He intends to return to his home country of Mexico, and he has no intent to ever return to the United States, and he understands he won't legally ever be able to do so.
Right. Mr. Soto Victorino, did you hear what your attorney just stated to the court?
Yes.
Did you understand what she has stated to the court?
See,
Yes.
Is what she stated to the court your understanding or your immigration consequences?
see.
Yes.
Right. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
See,
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. There are no applications. The state will take in consideration 2023 CR 2764D. Defense, did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Soto Victorino, did you understand that to be the plea?
See,
Yes.
And did you understand that the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of kidnapping?
Yes.
Right. Did you review the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorneys? Did you understand it?
Yes.
And did you sign it in both places?
see,
Yes.
Oh, my pen. That's okay. Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
see,
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the lesser included offense of kidnapping, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Okay.
No contest.
State any evidence?
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection.
All right, Mr. Soto Victorino, did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
See,
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Okay, I'm not sure what I missed. I had to run out and help in the Airbnb just for a minute. We got our sink, the big, huge stainless steel sink, so I had to help carry that in. Got a big, huge, we're doing a epoxy pour for a counter because it's much cheaper than putting in like granite countertops, but it looks really good. So we're getting that in. Chose the tile we're going to do for the bathroom. We're so close. A couple of weeks and we'll be done. I keep saying this, but we're so close. I missed a lot. Did somebody say kidnapping, or was that me missing? Let's see. I'm scrolling back through the comments trying to see what happened. We stopped talking about strawberry cheesecake, milkshakes, chicken wings, tacos. Apparently everyone just talked about food. Ribeye steak. I bought an invisibility cloak.
After reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor. We just respectfully ask the court to follow the plea bargain agreement that we've reached with the state.
All right, the court will find you guilty of kidnapping, sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, taking consideration 2023 CR 2764D, and there's to be no illegal reentry into the United States. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
No, I don't have any questions.
No. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right. We can go off the record. Mr. Victorino, how old are you? 22. All right, Mr. Victorino, let me just tell you something. I read the police report and everything. In this world, you're going to find that you cannot build your happiness, your financial success off someone else's misery. And it appears from reading things, that's what you were doing. You were doing that with people who were hoping to come to the United States, and you were building your happiness off their misery. In this world, I've discovered on my short time on the planet, even though I'm in the twilight of my life, it's still a short time on the planet. Karma does exist. And what you were doing, I don't think you would want somebody to do that to your relatives, would you?
No.
All right. Is your mother still alive?
Yes.
Is your father still alive? Do you love your parents?
I love them.
Oh, do you love them very much? Would you do anything for them?
Yes.
Do they live here or do they live in Mexico?
In Mexico.
How would you like for somebody to take advantage of your mom and dad the way you were taking advantage of people bringing them here? Would you like that?
No.
And see, you know what? If somebody were to do that to your mom and dad, guess what they would be doing? They would be building their happiness of your mother and your father's misery. Life is short for everybody. So do not go through life hurting other people. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. And do not come back to the United States unless you're back here legally. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sound like trafficking of some sort.
Oh my gosh, I miss Josh Gonzalez. Tell him to stop by.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still working on our law school reunion. Okay, so here's the thing. Everybody is saying, Stephanie, our first law school reunion for our class, we need, thank you so much.
Thank you.
They're like the first law school reunion we have. Stephanie, we can't be doing Europe. You know, I'm like, let's travel somewhere. They're like, no. So I'm still trying to look for a central location. I was thinking Horseshoe Bay, but what is there to do in Horseshoe Bay? Other than relax?
Yeah. No.
So I'm putting you in charge of finding a central location.
No. If I
It's
think
already
of something, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to put you on the committee.
Man, she's great.
Who's here on Lisa Talisi?
No,
I'm sorry, Lisa Telsey.
I didn't miss any jury
Yes.
trials, did I?
Judge, I was going to ask if the court would allow me to carry her over till Monday, because tomorrow morning I've got to be in Corpus Christi on another matter.
All right. Do you have contact with your client?
I do not. That's the problem. I do not.
All right. So,
But I have the number. I can try to.
well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Is she in custody?
If you need anyone.
No, I'm not sure, Judge.
Can you check to see if this person is in custody? It's Lisa Telsey, 2023, CR 6472.
No, she's out on box.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll notate in the file that you're going to be out of county. We'll still keep this date, and then I'll put a notation in the file to recall it for next week. But for us to reschedule it, she won't know about it.
I know, Judge. I understand.
All right.
So
He
I'll
didn't
check
even
in
know if
Monday
his client was in
with the
custody.
court.
Yes. Just talk to Miss Ferguson.
Okay.
And Norma, on this case, I suspect Miss Telsey is still going to come in unless somebody reaches her bondsman, but he's asking for this to be recalled for the 25th. So we'll recall it for the 25th.
Okay.
But she'll probably still show up. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We emailed something, we faxed it, we scanned it. It's so good. I got him by like mahogany notes.
Take this little break in court to remind you that today is National Addiction Professionals Day. For all those who professionally work with those striving to overcome addictions, we recognize
Everyone,
you.
the court
Thank you
is
very much.
recessing at noon. So whatever you have, it needs to be done now. All right. Thank you.
I'm trying to send it out.
Lots of chatter in the courtroom. She hasn't shushed everybody
Okay,
yet.
no
but
problem.
It could happen.
Thank you.
I did see the verdict in Powell versus Ohio. I think, let's see, that just barely came across.
Where can I need my client?
LaShawn, are you with me today for maybe a turkey sandwich? It's one of those days.
Turkey.
I
Tryptophan.
don't know. That's what we may have to do. You know, I'm still doing my health kick. So it's either that, and of course it will be a turkey sandwich without the bread.
It's not a turkey sandwich, it's turkey.
Oh, yeah.
I just
And,
have
I
a
don't
side of
even
turkey,
like
please.
turkey. But their turkey, they make it tastes very well. I think it's the seasoning. All right, Norma, you have the continuance, right?
I just gave it to
Okay.
Victoria. She took it. She went to go get her client.
All right, thanks. Then we'll
Epic
take
exposure. Judges have the people to answer to. Judges are.
that. State, are you all going to have any objection to their motion for continuance on Tehran?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay.
Judges typically are appointed to their position, and then they are
You know,
retained.
it's very loud
via
in court
public
today.
election.
Now
it's quieter.
I'm telling you, Deputy Laura, I'm going to get Deputy Mejia to watch Ken Porsche if I have to get the DVD and bring it in and make him watch it. Do you know cars, they don't have the DVD player anymore? Well, the CD player anymore. What am I going to do with all my CDs?
I have my player is inside the glove box.
Ah, well, that makes it very convenient.
I know.
You know, I still have an 8-track, but I don't have the 8-track player.
She has an 8-track. Wrong answer is only what 8-track does she have?
And you know, young people, they don't understand. When you had the 8-track, that person who was making that 8-track, every song on there had to be good because there was not all this skipping around. And then when you played it too much and the tape broke, you could just pull it out, put some Scotch tape on it, and then flip it back. Do you know my mom still has a lot of her cassettes?
This is awesome. Taylor Swift. I don't think you can get Taylor Swift on an 8-track. That's the two time periods did not cross over enough. I'm thinking ABBA is probably a good answer. Maybe some John Denver. She says she's in the twilight of her life, but I think she's got many years ahead of her. You said wrong answers only. I did, and that was a very wrong answer, Thomas. Good job with the T Swift. Molly Hatchet, there you go. Aretha, Kenny Rogers, Sugar Hill Gang, a little CCR, a little Creedence Clearwater.
Yes.
And the Doobie Brothers.
Oh no, take your time. They're still going over paperwork.
Sly.
Yeah, it hasn't been accepted, but there's a copy of what's been.
Crosby, Nash and Young.
It's been e-filed and faxed.
Okay. All right, just give us a moment. The court reporter took a short break.
Could you imagine her auctioning off dinner dates where you get to meet with her and just hang out and eat turkey sandwiches without the bread together? That would be loads of fun. Kodachrome.
But Sean, so how much is king crab? Travis looks like he wants to answer that question.
I think it's by the pound, and I think last time I looked it was over 20, maybe like 30, but
So they say that somebody at a restaurant, they ordered king crab, and of course it's a group of them, and they're all shocked that the bill is $1,000, and they're blaming the restaurant because they say they should have told them king crab was going to be over $1,000.
anytime you see
Market price.
Yes.
market price,
Yeah, whenever you see market price, there needs to be questions asked.
Fresh king crab.
But Sean, even if I'm on a date, of course I don't do the market price. People always say I'm a cheap date because I'm like, I'll have the salad, The most high I go is like shrimp, but I don't do market price unless it's just me.
That's why you go to Lynn's on a certain day when they have it. And you just pay the buffet price.
Ah, what is Lynn's?
$15. Lynn's buffet.
Oh, so where is that?
There's several places in San Antonio.
I've never heard of that place. I know. I know you all, I blame you all. You're supposed to take me out to see what's new in San Antonio. I don't know these places.
We introduced to Mangonadas and Chamoy.
You did.
Apparently she might be single. While she's talking about places to go out to eat, I actually have a place to go. I have to get, it sounds rather final, but I have to get measured for a suit. The last suit I've owned, it keeps shrinking in different dimensions, mostly around the middle. And I need to get measured for a suit.
On this case, the court report is taking a break, but the state said they're in agreement with your motion for continuance.
Okay, Judge.
So if you all want it on the record, I'll put it on the record. If not,
No.
all right. So you'll have your client come forward.
A prison escape suit. Yes. It's a very nice prison escape suit. No, it's a church suit. I need some, my new Sunday
Mr.
best is
Turan,
not very best.
The state is saying they're in agreement to your motion for continuance. And
Yes, I am.
Norma? Okay. With regards to this, how long is it going to take you to get the information that you need, counsel?
I bought my last
Judge, I
suit on
think
Amazon.
More has to do with us reviewing it with our client. I think we have most of what we need. I think in 30 days we'll be ready to go if we have to go to trial.
All right.
I don't want it to be my final suit.
So on this case, we'll put you down for the day we have impact, since you're requesting 30 days. And that will be impact. That's October 30th, correct?
That's what Norma said.
Okay. So your impact is going to be October 30th, and we'll give you a reset form for October 30th.
Okay, Judge.
Do you have a reset form over there?
I'll tell you, at church,
you.
they've asked me to do a little bit more than I've been doing before. So it's a new role for me that I've taken on. And part of it involves me speaking with different groups of people. And I've looked like a slob for the last 4 years. and I need to look a little bit more presentable. So
instead
I
of
think it's time
reporting
to actually
here,
be measured
your
for a suit.
report to impact court and your attorney will know where that is.
Yeah, this stash is quite the stash. Was this our attorney that was missing? No. This wasn't the missing attorney. Anyway, I got a referral from a friend who found a place down in Kinston that he says is just great. Gave me a contact to get measured for a suit and says they do a great job. So, and they're cheap, and I buy cheap suits.
All right, counsel, once you sign that, you're excused.
Okay.
You're welcome.
I am an introvert. I very much. I just me and myself.
All right,
I sit
are
here
you
in my room
already
all day.
on Arnold Lemus Aguilar?
Yes, Your Honor.
We've been watching it this week in trial, and a little bit last week, but we've done a lot of court hopping and jumped into a court periodically as we're
And is
waiting
this
for a
going to
big
be an
trial to
application
start.
or no?
No
We're
application.
doing that today.
Is your client a U.S. citizen or no?
It's not, Your Honor.
Kilt does not fit anymore.
All
My son
right.
took it with him when he left the state.
Has he already talked to immigration?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Court is calling 2021 CR 5521, State of Texas versus Arnold Aguilar. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Orlando Way for the defense.
And are you Mr. Aguilar?
He's wearing a,
All right.
a Zoo
We have
York
the
skateboard
interpreter
company.
who's been working all day here. Could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear affirm that you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English? So help you God.
I do, Your Honor.
All right. You could lower your hand if you state your name for the record.
Cesar Chavez, license number 2203.
All right. Counsel, do you speak Spanish?
I do, Your Honor.
And do you speak Spanish fluently?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you able to go over all of these documents with your client in Spanish?
I was, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Aguilar, all of the documents that I'm going to review with you are in English. Were those translated to you in Spanish?
Sí, yes.
And did you understand all of the documents?
Sí, yes.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Aguilar, did you review a document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Sí, yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, ma'am, we are, Your Honor.
Mr. Aguilar, did you review a document with your attorney entitled Court Admonishments?
Sí, yes.
Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Sí, yes.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Sí, yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and sentence you to more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered the plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Wendy, I follow
Sí,
Luke
yes.
McFadden on
Did you
YouTube.
understand you have a right to
The
jury
crabber up
trial?
there.
A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent.
Sí, yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Sí, yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Sí, yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He was, Your Honor.
Mr. Aguilar, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, no,
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
I like when he translates no.
no, no.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
All right, counsel, would you like to address on the record the issue of citizenship?
Yes, Your Honor, we have spoken extensively that immigration has gotten a hold of him. There is currently an ICE hold, so he will be deported at the conclusion of this case, especially because we've pled guilty to crimes involving moral turpitude.
All right. Mr. Aguilar, have the immigration consequences been explained to you?
Yes.
Do you understand the immigration consequences of entering a plea in this cause?
Yes.
Do you understand that you could be deported, not allowed re-entry into the United States, and the denial of naturalization?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you wish to continue with this plea?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Crimes involving moral turpitude.
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 30 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There are no applications. State is taking in consideration County Court Cause number 670151, and you're to forfeit the weapon in 670151. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Not at this time, Judge.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
And no objections, Your Honor, for purposes of the plea.
All right, off the record for a moment. State, do you have the motion to destroy the weapon?
Your Honor, since this is a county court 6 case, I was gonna let those the prosecutors there handle it. That's all right.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. All right. We're back on the record.
Motion to
Mr.
destroy the
Aguilar,
weapon.
did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports and lab reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Okay, while she reviews that, we are going to wrap up our live stream when the court breaks today, so I can get measured for a suit. Why does the interpreter cover his mouth? Probably so he doesn't distract anyone else. He's actually holding in that hand. He's holding a microphone, and he's cupping his hand around it, which generally is not the best form for most microphones.
After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
This is the court follows our agreement.
All right. Court will find you guilty as previously stated. The court will sentence you to 30 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Give you credit for any time served. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 670151, and you're to forfeit the weapon in 670151. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, Judge.
Mr. Aguilar, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal?
Yes.
And did you understand it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Aguilar, you're here because of your actions. If you have a drug problem, you will no longer be able to have that drug problem taken care of in the United States. So methamphetamine is not a good drug to be taken. I always tell people who will sell you drugs, they're not approved by any administration. They're not approved by the FDA. Their whole job is, let me sell drugs, let me make my profit and move on to the next person. You don't want to be the person that somebody's trying to identify. You don't want your parents to have to identify you because maybe you got a bad drug or maybe you overdosed. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Honor.
Yes, you may be excused. Hello. Yes.
Yeah.
Looked like a smirk.
For testing how my sentencing ran a little long down the street.
That's okay.
Just wanted to let you know I was here.
All right. We're going to bring you back for trial, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's done. So if you'll come back here at 1:20, the jury is going to be lined up outside. All right.
Go from there.
All right. Thank you.
Honor, may I approach?
Yes, Miss Gay.
I was here with Kevin Young last Thursday.
Okay.
In the court, we were trying to get his work schedule expanded a little bit, 9 o'clock. And the court said, I'm allowing him to work. But when I talked to pretrial services, they said only to 7:30. That was in their records. And they just needed something. You said he could work to 9 o'clock. They just need something in writing from the court. I have a B page.
Yes.
Would that be good enough? Okay.
Yes. If you'll fill it out and talk with the state.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll do that. Thank you.
All right. Is there anybody else ready on anything?
No, Judge.
All right. All right. So to the attorneys and your clients, I'm going to have you all come back here at 1:20. All right. Jury be lined up side to people who are on bond. Do not have them congregate. Bye. Thank you so much. Do not have them congregate with the jurors who are going to be in the hallway. So someone will be going to trial at 1:30 today, but I want attorneys and your client to be back here by 1:20. The jury is going to be in the hallway at 1:15. It'll probably take them about 15 minutes to line up. Any questions? All right. Go enjoy a longer lunch break than at first anticipated.
All right. I think that wraps up our activities for today, as the judge is going to take a break herself. We love her. Judge Boyd is awesome. Thank you. Okay, so trial starts this afternoon for somebody. We just don't know who. All right, we're still stymied as far as a big case we need to pick up. We're trying to gain access to a huge case that starts in October. There are some cases starting as early as this afternoon that we just have not been able to get access to. So we're thinking about it. I don't know, Hannah. I don't know how long it takes to get measured for a suit. I'd like to think it's probably less than half an hour, but I have to drive there as well. So it was a fun day. We'll find either some breaking news or a court case to follow tomorrow. That'll be all exciting for all of us. So we'll do that. But for now, we're going to wrap things up. I appreciate everybody being here. Thanks for the great mods. You guys are wonderful. Let's see. Tuck in your tummy and stand tall. I'll suck it in. No, then I want the suit to be comfortable. I want to be able to relax and still not feel like I'm wearing like a girdle or something. Thank you, Linda Wolf. Thanks for all the kind words today. Appreciate it. It's been fun to hang out with all of you, just 1,000 of my closest friends. Thank you very much. Tonight, when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live again tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., unless something crazy happens this afternoon. Then I'll be back for that. But we'll do that. Have a great one, guys. Be good to each other. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.